Good afternoon, and you're very welcome here to Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney for Clubber TV's live coverage of the Kerry Petroleum County Intermediate Football Championship final replay between Austin Stacks and Lown Rangers. I'm John O'Dowd, and I'm joined today by the four-time Kerry All-Ireland winning Sam Maguire medalist. That is Sean O'Sullivan. Sean, I suppose the first thing to say, Sunday, September the 8th, we were here that day. It's 9 weeks ago since the drawn game. That's hardly ideal for either side.
It's not, John. Very, very difficult. Difficult for the players, difficult for the managements. When both teams walked out of here 9 weeks ago, you know, it must have felt like they had to start all over again. It was like a new championship as such. The word I've got from both camps is that they both took a week off straight away. They allowed the players to just relax. Obviously, both sets of teams had players involved with their district championships. Lown Rangers were with Mid-Kerry, Stacks with Brindon, so they obviously went off with them to do what they had to do in the county championship. But the rest of the players took a week off. The one plus, I suppose, John, it did allow injuries to settle down. But as we're going to hear coming up when we go through the two teams, that distance or that length of time can also allow injuries to crop up. But we'll get to that in a moment. So it can be very difficult for management, difficult for players, but they just had to reassess, settle down, obviously look back at the game, the drawn game, see what went wrong for them, see what went right. And also it allowed them to go and play challenge games. I know Lown Rangers were involved in the Mid-Kerry Championship where they were beaten by Keele, and I know Stacks played a couple of challenge games against Limerick opposition. So you were just trying as a management to keep going, keep the thing rolling on, waiting for today, and today has finally arrived.
Is it fair to say, Sean, that even with the long delay that both teams will be happy that they have another chance to do themselves justice? Because you could probably say that on that day, 12 points to Austin Stacks after extra time, 2-6 to Lown Rangers. Neither did themselves justice. Is that a fair comment?
I think it's very fair, John, and to be honest with you, I suppose we were coming into the intermediate final, that first game, and we were really excited about what was in store for us, particularly the way both teams had got to the final. And I just felt it disappointed in quality. There was absolutely no inch given in terms of physicality, in terms of commitment, in terms of the will to win, the want to win by both teams. They left it all out there. But I just felt for two really good footballing teams, it lacked quality. I'm hoping today the weather's a bit better, it's a bit greasy, but it's not as bad as the day of the drawn game. I'm hoping that will lend itself to a better footballing game. The physical side of it will still be there because both teams bring that, but I'm hoping today there'll be a lot more quality in terms of the football side of things.
Lown Rangers, Sean, they depended a lot that afternoon on the two goals from Matthew Leslie in the first half and from Sean Cleary in the second half. They had a substitute in extra time, Ryan Diggin, who ended up getting the equalising point. But from an Austin Stacks perspective, they had 5 points from 4 different players who were introduced off the bench. Does that give them the initiative as regards strength and depth?
I think so, and we did speak about that coming into the drawn game, John, that the benches would play a massive part, and we felt that Austin Stacks held the advantage there. I think that still holds true today. I still think that going by the lineups that we're looking at here, that we'll go through in a minute, that Stacks bench is stronger, and throw into the fact that Lown Rangers are carrying a few injuries and are down a few from their original starting 15, it definitely lends itself to being an advantage to the Stacks. But John, at the end of the day, they're only names on a piece of paper. They've got to go out there and prove themselves, whether you're on that starting 15 or you're one of the 5 or 6 that come in. You've got to prove it, and let's see in 15 minutes time how that pans out.
Looking at Austin Stacks first of all, and it seems like Billy Lee has made 2 alterations from the side that played on September the 8th. We have Michael O'Donnell coming in at midfield instead of Barry Shanahan, and Donagh McKivergan in at corner forward for Cian Purcell.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with McKivergan. I think it's an obvious decision by Billy Lee to bring him in. He's a scorer, John. He's a scorer. And I suppose the one criticism that has been landed at Stacks' door all season has been the form of their forwards and maybe the ability to really light up on a big day and really go after the game and really put teams to bed. We haven't seen it yet from that set of forwards. McKivergan is a guy that can light the fuse, he can light the match. He's really accurate, he's got a really strong left foot, he gets into very good positions. Not sure 13 is his natural position, I think he's probably more of a wingman, so you might see maybe him floating in and out there, but I definitely think it's a huge call by Billy Lee, and it's a huge vote of confidence. Also, I see a big man out there with a cap on, Kieran Donaghy. He has been in helping the Stacks forwards in the last couple of weeks. Obviously Billy Lee, look, he wanted a quality guy to come in and see where can I get that extra inch out of these forwards. They're a fantastic lineup, again on paper. It just hasn't been happening for them. Kieran has come in to obviously lend his expertise and his coaching skills to that forward line. So it'll be interesting to see how they line up positionally and what he's brought to that in the last couple of weeks.
Now for Lawn Rangers and for Liam Hassett, preparations haven't been ideal.
No.
Injuries, unavailability. Their joint captain, Fikra Clifford, is since the drawn game where he scored 2 points. He's gone to Perth in Western Australia. He's working as a doctor. We've just had the kind of a bombshell news that Owen Hassett, their top scorer in the whole championship, is not fit to start. A bit of his knee injury has flared up a little bit again, which kept him out of the Kerry under-20s earlier in the year. Midfielder Tom Whittleton, a hamstring problem. We feel he's not even going to be tugged out today, that he won't even be an option on the bench. They do have their other joint captain, Shane Daly, back. They have Patrick Carey in the lineup. And they have Patrick Daly and Garrod Hassett back in.
Yeah, so let's start with the positives first, John. Garrod Hassett. He was a big loss to them, I thought, in the final, in the drawn game. He hasn't really done a whole pile of training from what I gather, but he is starting, and I think they have to, considering his brother is out. That's a huge loss for Lone Rangers. Owen Hassett being out, obviously it's really, really difficult for the young man. He's been a star performer all year for Lone Rangers, both in the County League and in the Intermediate Championship, so he's a big loss. So I think they really had to put Garrod in there. Tom Whittleton is a massive loss around the middle of the field, brings real athleticism, real energy, and obviously brings physicality because he's a big man. Massive loss for them as well, John. But and the last one, of course, is Fikra Clifford. Fikra has been such a consistent player for the Lone Ranger senior since he broke into that senior team many years ago now. He's not only was their joint captain, but a real cool head. But what Fikra brought you was not only physicality but scores, and he's a huge loss to them. So look, Liam is up against it today. His back is to the wall a little bit in terms of his selection. He's gone with what he feels he has to go with. Garrod is obviously a big addition. Patrick Daly coming in as well on the wing. Patrick brings you that work rate and that physicality, and he also kicks placed balls, which is a big thing for Lone Rangers today, especially with Owen Hassett out.
Now, Dr. Crokes have been crowned Kerry Senior Champions. Fireys are the Junior Premier Champions. Duaw are the standard bearers in the Junior Championship. We've one more big football championship internally in Kerry to decide this afternoon. Sean, momentum has been lost. Who knows if an immediate replay would have benefited one side over the other. That doesn't matter now. No. We've had the 9-week gap for a pre-match verdict. Who's your money on?
I think if you would ask me a week after the replay, John, I would have been lumping in the Lone Rangers corner. I think they would have learned a lot. And one thing I will say, John, is coming into that drawn game, there was a lot of stuff thrown at Lone Rangers in terms of could they match Stacks physically? They did. Could their young players perform on a big day? It was probably a lot of those young players, Lone Rangers' first major Kerry final. Did they stand up? They did. So those questions mentally are all answered now for those Lone Rangers players. So they have nothing to fear here today going into the game. I just think that the guys they're down, the guys they've lost with injury, they couldn't afford to lose them, and they have. And I think just based on that, and I think that Stacks, there's a big performance coming in them. We've been waiting all year for it. I think it'll come today, and I think Stacks might squeeze it by maybe 3 or 4 points.
Sean O'Sullivan, the former Kerry star, setting the scene here at Fitzgerald Stadium. We'll hear more from Sean at half-time and at the end of the game. For now, we'll take a commercial break and we'll join you afterwards with our big match commentary team. That's Ger O'Connor and Shawnee Barton, live on Clubber TV.
Tá fáilte over Ashkery, Stan the Gal, Killarney. You're very welcome back here to the Fitzgerald Stadium for this afternoon's replay of the Kerry Intermediate Club Championship final here at the Fitzgerald Stadium. We'll run through the teams for you, starting with Lone Rangers. And Lone Rangers starting in goal with number 1, Jason Brown. Number 2 is Shane Clifford. Number 3 is Oisin Daly. Number 4 is Sean Cleary. Half back line and number 5, Patrick Carey. Number 6 is Owen Clifford, the giant captain. And number 7 is Callum Moriarty. At midfield, wearing number 8 is Shane Daly, who is also the giant captain. Number 9, Tom Wickleton does not line out. He's replaced by number 26, Garrod Hassett. And the half-forward line is number 10, Stephen Seeley. Number 11 is John Tyder. And number 12, John Burke, does not line out as well. He's replaced by number 18, Patrick Daly. The full forward line consists of 13, Dara Cleary. Number 14, Owen O'Sullivan. Number 15 is Matthew Leslie. That is how the Lone Rangers line out. The Austin Stacks line out as per match programme. In goal, number 1, Michael Tansley. At number 2, Colin Griffin. Number 3 is Dylan Casey. And number 4 is Joey Nagel. At number 5 is Anthony Heinrich. Number 6 is Jack O'Shea. Number 7 is Paul O'Sullivan. At midfield, wearing number 8 is Michael O'Donnell. Number 9 is Joe O'Connor. Half forward line, number 10 is Fikram Mangan, wearing 10. Number 11 is Greg Horton, the captain. Number 12 is Daniel Kirby. The full forward line, number 13 is Donica McKibben. Number 14 is Shane O'Callaghan. And number 15 is Paddy Lane. The referee for this afternoon's replay is Padraig O'Sullivan of the Fireys Club. I'm joined in commentary by Sean Barton. Sean looking out at this game very close. In fact, we'll just take a break because they're on of Ian at the Fitzgerald Stadium. And there the crowd as the national anthem finishes, rises here down in front of us on the terrace and across in the stand. As I said just before the national anthem, joined by Sean Barton. Sean, your views on today's game. Now Rangers hit by a lot of injuries as well.
Yes, Joe, we're back here after about a 9-week break, and look, Lone Rangers, as you said, we know there's Fikram Clifford, one of the star forwards of the last drawn match. He's away in Australia, and look, work commitments bring him out there. And look, even though Garrod Hassett, he's back in today with his brother Owen, he was one of the star forwards all year as well. He's out injured, so no doubt this is going to have a big effect on the Lone Rangers team. But Austin Stacks, they're playing, as we said, as selected, and look, the perfect conditions here for football. Maybe a slight miss came in over the mount early on, but not a bit of a breeze or nothing. But both teams are looking forward to this game, and it's a big game for both clubs because the winning prize for this is Senior County Championship status next year. Senior County Championship status, Padraig O'Sullivan there, right down in front of us there, the referee for this afternoon's match here. And of course Tom Wickleton, another late man who was cried off the Lone Rangers side as well, and Patrick Daly probably just trying to see. Patrick Daly has gone to the middle of the field. Padraig O'Sullivan throws the ball in, and this game is on. O'Sullivan's in the middle of the field. The ball is in, and this game is on. The ball being picked up there by Greg Horton, the captain. Greg Horton, Austin Stacks attacking into the dressing room, in long ball away and towards the football. Shane O'Callaghan, good work there inside by Sean Cleary there. Sean Cleary takes the ball out and works it across. And there, in fact, it was Shane Clifford there. So the ball on the stand side of the field there by Lone Rangers, holding on to it, giving it across into the centre to Patrick Carey. Worked it across here now, Lone Rangers holding on to the possession, trying to build themselves into the game here, Sean. Yes, and I see there's a major switch there in the Lone Rangers team. Owen Sullivan, he's listed number 14, but he's after going to midfield. I think he started there the last day as well. And Owen Hassett, he's in, wearing number 26, and he's gone into the full forward line. Ball back inside, being picked up there by Shane Daly, giving it across now to his wing back coming forward, Patrick Carey, stand side of the field. Gives it around, tries to go back, gives the ball forward again now, Lone Rangers. Ball going in there, cut off there, Austin Stacksman going back to pick it up there. They win back to the possession, Dylan Casey giving it across here now, right across now, being picked up again, Austin Stacks. Back to Tansley, the goalkeeper. Tansley
foot passes it out here, gives it out now, and Joe O'Connor, they come forward there. Austin Stacks coming past their own 50-yard line with Andy Heinrich, gives it into the centre. Vocal terror support here. The ball by Michael O'Donnell. Michael O'Donnell giving it across now, wearing 13 there. As Donegal McKibben had a very good game in the first game here against Down Rangers. Michael O'Donnell, foot passes it back now, giving it out now to the wing back there. Of course, that is none other than Paul O'Sullivan, former Valencia player there, giving it across again to our send inside. Greg Horton sends a little dummy. Greg Horton goes for the kick. Greg Horton goes for the score, and Greg Horton has put it over the bar. Opening score of the game going to the captain, Greg Horton.
Oh, the captain, Greg Horton. Excellent score there by Greg Horton. We've coming up to nearly 2 minutes gone here in the first half, and a lively start there. It's up one in down to the next, and fairness, Austin Stacks, that was an excellent score. They spread the ball well, they stretched the long Rangers backs, and the ball across the field was to Greg Horton, just dummied around the defender and straight and through over the bar. Great start there for Austin Stacks.
Jason Brown with the kick out, well gathered there, well gathered by the number 14 there, takes the ball forward again, giving it in now. They need to get scores quickly on the board here. Matthew Leslie, the ball with Austin Stacks, winning it back again on their own 50-yard line. Transfers the ball across here, Dylan Casey trying to come out, walks it back again, giving it around there. From Fikra Mangan, walks it across here now. Here's Paul O'Sullivan. Paul O'Sullivan giving out to Daniel Kirby. Kirby avoids the challenge, coming in from the down range man. Will walk the ball into the centre now. Give me back inside now to Joe O'Connor. Joe O'Connor, the county midfielder, across to Joey Nagel. Joey Nagel has it, being held back there. No advantage. Well, the referee said there was no foul. Nagel gives the ball forward here now, right down in towards the corner here, being picked up again. Austin Stacks have it there through Paddy Lane. Paddy Lane coming around, former carry on the 20 and back to Gerald Callan. Good walk inside Paddy Lane and put it onto the left. But Paddy Lane's kick off the left boot stares out to the left hand side of the post, and that makes the first wide of the game there for Austin Stacks.
The first wide of the game after about 3 minutes, but a great passage of play there by Austin Stacks, and great defending there down at the other end by Dylan Casey and his defenders. Heinrich, they moved the ball fairly quick up the field, and Paddy Lane and Callan there, the quick interchange, and unusual for Paddy Lane. He's usually very accurate, but I suppose credit to the Long Ranger defender. They put the pressure on the kicker, and it's the first wide of the game with just over 3 minutes gone.
Jason Brown with the kick out, the ball coming out here. Joe O'Connor gathers the ball, giving the ball forward here now to Daniel Kirby. Daniel Kirby coming forward inside the 50-yard line. Still Daniel Kirby there. Paddy Lane off the shoulder, gives the ball across here now. Austin Stacks, Paul O'Sullivan. Paul O'Sullivan giving it across there, giving it back to Fikra Mangan. Fikra Mangan gives the ball inside. A ball gone in, but has it too much. Still kept in play here. Walked it back for Austin Stacks. Stacks going for the kick. Stacks going in and sending him the ball coming off the upright, and going across her there is indeed Shane O'Callaghan there. And the umpire has signalled the ball has gone out wide, a wide for Austin Stacks. A second one there, but they found the man in possession there, Sean. There was a chance for Austin Stacks to get another score.
Oh, there was a chance and just came off the upright there. We've seen the replay, but Long Ranger defence, they were a bit stretched again. Austin Stacks, there was a half a chance of a goal maybe on, but the Austin Stacks forward, he decided to have a shot for over there, but he was just unlucky to hit the post, and that's the second wide for Austin Stacks. We've just gone over 4 minutes. A fine lively start to this game, George.
Great lively game. We say hello to the Fitzmaurice family. They're listening out in Chicago. They're supporting Austin Stacks out there this afternoon. Ball into the centre again. Coming forward there is Shane Cliff. Shane Clifford there gathers for Austin Stacks. For the Lone Rangers, gives it across here now, walked it across there to the wing back there, Callum Moriarty. Lone Rangers holding on to the ball now, pressurised there, good work there I think, Rowan Clifford, but he loses the ball there and being picked up by Paul O'Sullivan, and the ball comes across here towards the terrace side of the ground here now. Austin Stacks moving, they've had about 70-80% of the possessions in this game there. Michael O'Donnell has it, Michael O'Donnell giving it back now to Fikra Mangan. Fikra Mangan there, but back to Michael O'Donnell. Michael O'Donnell has it, Michael O'Donnell there. Good work there from Lone Rangers, the referee. Padraig O'Sullivan having the game go there. Sean Cleary does well. Goal scorer, of course, in the first game. Gives it across here now. Garrod has it. The ball being driven away down here. Being driven away down there by Patrick Daly. With the ball going back to Paul O'Sullivan. Paul O'Sullivan gathers, he gives it across to Tansley, the goalkeeper. Tansley goes out, he kicks it out towards the stand side of the field, out towards Joey Nagel. Joey Nagel, he's had that blonde hair, they even said since a baby. Even before he had milk teeth, they said he had that blonde hair. Nagel gives the ball across again. Works it across now for Austin Stacks. Towards the centre again. Austin Stacks lead by 1 point and no score. 5.5 minutes played here in this county intermediate club championship final here. Replay at the Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney. And ball out towards game pick forward by Colin Griffin. Colin Griffin has it in towards the 21. Gives it around now. Walking out for Austin Stacks. Stacks hold on to the ball, playing key possession. Sean, Austin Stacks have really have control of possession so far.
Oh, definitely. So we're coming up to touch the 6 minutes here on the first half, and as you said, they have about 80-90% of play, but they still only have that 1 point on the board, and they have the position. Lone Rangers, they're getting the numbers back, trying to force Austin Stacks back out the field, but Austin Stacks, they are in possession and they have that one score on the board.
Michael O'Donnell gives it across here. Bad pass there. That ball will go over the line. Good defensive work from Lone Rangers. They're funneling players back. They're closing down the gaps there. Remember, as we said, Faker Clifford down in Australia, probably watching this afternoon. We send him out good wishes there, a doctor down in Australia. Good ball forward now. Good ball forward here to Shane Clifford. Shane Clifford go down this one. Shane Clifford there. And the referee says no foul there. Well, he hasn't given them so far for challenges, so you expected that he wasn't going to give that one. And McKinley coming forward, gives the ball down along the line here. Good ball down now for Austin Stack. Works it inside now. Paddy Lane has it. Lane has it. Tries to come inside. Lone Ranger man still with him. So walks it across here, gives it back now to Paul O'Sullivan. Paul O'Sullivan transfers it further back here. Give me back now to Henrik Heinrich. Henrik goes across the field out to the centre of the field again to Greg Horton, the only scorer in this game so far. Again, that started just about nearly 7 minutes ago. Austin Stacks with Joey Nagel coming forward. Nagel giving the ball into Greg Horton. Horton turns around. Still Greg Horton being surrounded. 2-3 men. Greg Horton goes to the post. Greg Horton goes inside. The umpire nods another point. The second point coming in the game. The second point for Greg Horton.
The second point for Greg Horton. 7 minutes gone now, and excellent score there from Greg Horton again. He went around, won 2 defenders, and he had one look at the post and an excellent shot off his right leg and straight and through us over the bar. As we said, Austin Stacks, they seem to have 80% of possession, but that's a good score, even though Lone Rangers, we said that they're down, whittled in the middle of the field, big loss them, and of course Faker Clifford up front, so it puts an extra bit of pressure on the Lone Rangers attackers there, maybe to make something work for them. But look, we've 7.5 minutes gone and 2 points to no score to Austin Stacks.
And Lone Rangers bringing it forward now. The ball being picked up by Darragh Cleary. Darragh Cleary, of course, his uncle is John Cleary, of course, the man in charge, with Cork inside to Owen Clifford. Owen Clifford inside the 50. Still Owen Clifford coming forward there. Owen Clifford there. Challenge going in. The referee, Padraig O'Sullivan, giving nothing away. Austin Stacks winning it back. Giving it into the centre there. Giving it out now. Austin Stacks, the ball going astray there. Challenge going in there. Referee allowed play go on there. Well, it's good to see the referee allowing the play go on. Both teams know what to expect. Paddy Lane has the ball. Giving across there, and that's the first free there. And the Austin Stacks and Lone Rangers. People down in front just boo and clap. Well, they boo and clap because one is happy with the decision, the other is unhappy, Sean, with the decision.
That's right, with 8 minutes gone, we make it. That was the first free of the game, and I'll tell you, it's a rip-roaring start to this intermediate championship replay. Both teams, they're giving it 110%, and Austin Stacks, they're now getting on the attack with Faker Mangan.
Faker Mangan has the ball coming inside. Faker Mangan has the ball. Faker Mangan looking around. There, Paddy Lane had it. Lane gives it into the centre, and the shot coming, good block inside. Ball packed inside, and he tried to do a Marco van Basten for anyone that remember. Well, we won't even say Haaland had attempted, but Marco van Basten, the great Dutch forward, had one of those attempts once. Well, he ended it up in the net. This one didn't for Austin Stacks. The ball forward for Lone Rangers now. Coming out with the ball here. Good work there, Austin Stacksman going in. Daniel Kirby doing well there, and the referee said there was a push down, and Daniel Kirby a free for Austin Stacks.
It's a free for Austin Stacks, but excellent defending from Ocean Daly down below at the other end. There was a great block down on Daniel Kirby's kick, but Ocean Daly, the ball was just going back into Greg Horn over there, but he made a great interception, and it was excellent defending. But the ball, as I said, it's a rip-roaring start to this game, and there's over 9 minutes gone and 2 points Austin Stacks. No score to Lone Rangers, but great credit to both teams. They're giving that 110%.
110%. Michael O'Donnell received the ball from Paul O'Sullivan coming forward. Paul O'Sullivan pass, gives it inside now to Dylan Casey. Casey, the carryman there, being challenged there inside by John Titer. Has to be forced to go back out. Gives it out to Paul O'Sullivan again. Paul O'Sullivan hand passes the ball out, gives it across. And Austin Stacks on the attack. Joey Nagel has it. Nagel on the 50-yard line comes inside. Tries to walk it across now to to Joe O'Connor. Joe O'Connor going for the post. Is it sailing in? It's gone in and it's gone wide. Another wide for Austin Stacks, John.
Yes, I make that the third wide. Joe O'Connor had the effort there, and that's the third wide. We're showing up to 10 minutes gone. The time is actually flying here because we're having an outstanding game of football from both teams, and maybe that smart bit of mist that made before the game. It's adding that extra bit of spice here. And Padraig O'Sullivan, he's leaving everything go. I think we've only had 2 frees in that first 10 minutes, which is a great sign of a referee as well. He just leaves it go. Both teams, I know at times some of the supporters might be happy with it, but excellent game of football.
Great game of football. Credit to both sides. Austin Stacks, really, as we said, are winning that possession around the centre. Joe O'Connor giving the ball forward, a special hello to Blaine Cockery, watching over in Colorado. I think the last game he was watching with his niece there. That indeed is Charlie Cockery there. The ball going inside there. The ball is going in, and he's signalled wide. As I said, Charlie Cockery, over son of the now deceased Kyle Cockery there from a man that played underage with both Clement Glencar and Lone Ranger. The playing is watching today. We send him our good wishes over in Colorado there, Sean.
Yes, and as I say, Joe, that was Donald McKibben there. That's the fourth wide there for Austin Stacks. And just looking at our pictures there, it looks as if there's Owen O'Sullivan. Yeah, Owen he's down. The physio is out. Seems to be the back of the leg, the calf of the leg. But Owen, big strong player. As I said, he's moved out to midfield. He's replaced Tom Whitland there in the middle of the field. And we just look now. This is a chance here again now for Austin Stacks. And I think this is where he came up. It's Kirby that had the kick in. There was an excellent block down here by Patrick Daly, a great block down, but went in, the chance was there, and Greg Horn, he just went for the flick, and excellent defending there by Oisin Daly. He read the situation well, as you said. Greg Horn, he went for the bicycle kick, which we see in the soccer, but great defending there by Oisin Daly.
Great defending, as Sean said, by Oisin Daly. The day beginning to brighten up here in Killarney, a beam of sunshine lighting down the mid-Curry Reeks, and we look out to the lower lake here in Killarney, out towards the cathedral. A beautiful, beautiful day. Any day I sit here, I always think of the great Wishy Fogarty when he used to say, well, he said it was a picture of heaven and earth, and there's no doubt about it, that is what Killarney is. Jason Brown with the kick out. Jason Brown going out here, going out to the terrace side of the field, gives the ball over the top now, working it down in front of there, gives it down to Patrick Carey. Carey giving the ball forward now, right down in front of us here. Good gather up there. That's well picked up by Derek Cleary. Cleary's the lightning forward, is Derek Cleary. Joey Nagle giving the ball back, gives it back now towards Colin Moriarty. Colin Moriarty giving the ball away across there. The ball will skid off probably the surface a little bit slippery. The ball on the run there to the line. No player will get to the line. The ball wins the race. It'll be a line ball for Austin Stacks.
Line ball for Austin Stacks after 12 minutes, and it was Colin Moriarty that had that ball there, and he probably would have done better maybe to recycle back out, because there didn't seem to be any long range attacker up on that side of the field, and it gives Austin Stacks the opportunity to build again from the back, and that's what they're doing. Is Colin Griffin now, that's Jack O'Shea maybe that's coming out there with that ball, and it's yes, it's an excellent run by Jack O'Shea. He likes to go straight down the middle with that
straight
ball.
Down.
Yeah,
as you say, Sean, there straight down, giving you back there to Greg Horton. He's been the scorer of the 2 points so far in this game. Walked inside there, good work there, and that's great defending by Long Ranger there, Sean.
Yeah, good defending, you may say, but I think there was a pull of the jersey. Maybe the referee was a bit blindsided in that one, but look, they got away with it, and they're on the attack again. Oh, it's an overhit pass, and once it's Garrod has it, he has the pace maybe to get around this one, and he has a half a chance here as he held off it. Yes, Garrod, he's gone down. He did very well actually to get the free there.
Did very well there. Yeah. He did very well there. Garrod Hassett to win the free. Remember his brother not starting either the Saturday. Owen Hassett, of course, not starting. Big loss to Lone Rangers, so is Faker Clifford. There is forwards, there's no doubt about it. And Garrod Hassett has the ball in his hands here. We played 13 in the bit of a miss coming across here into the terrace side again. Hassett goes, but that's not a good kick from Garrod Hassett. It aims towards the scoreboard, really. A wide for Lone Rangers. They need to get something on the board. 13.5 minutes played, Sean.
Yes, 13.5 minutes. That's the first wide there for Lone Rangers. Maybe it was a chance. Garrod, he went to hit it with the outside of the right leg and maybe just curl it in. But as we said, the rain is starting to come down. Maybe slightly bit of a breeze as well. But it's going to make surface that little extra bit slippery. But Lone Rangers shoving up to 40 minutes. They would want to be getting the score on the board, because Aston Stacks, I know they have only 2 scores on the board, but they are dominating this game.
Rangers can be good for goals. There's no doubt. We saw against Fuss in the semi-final, also in the final, the first game against Aston Stacks. Joe O'Connor has the ball. Joe O'Connor giving tight to Shane O'Callaghan. He slips along the greasy ground. Good work from Lone Rangers. He's robbed there. He's robbed by Callum Moriarty. Callum Moriarty giving the ball out now. Ball chipped forward here. Not a good ball forward though for Lone Rangers. And that will be gathered by Austin Stacks again, and Stacks working it back to Joey Nagle there from Paul O'Sullivan. Gives it into the centre to Michael O'Donnell. Walks the ball across towards the stand side of the field now. Austin Stacks coming forward. Greg Horton has the ball. He's like a man conducting the orchestra. He held up the hand. He wants him to get into position. Whether he'll deliver the ball long or short, he holds on to the ball. Basketball style coming around, walking around for Austin Stacks here. They lead by 2 points and no score. 14.5 minutes played of this first half. And the Kerry Petroleum Intermediate Cup Championship final replay here at the Fitzgerald Stadium. Towards Dylan Casey. Casey giving his space, tries to walk it back with Lone Rangers. Austin Stacks turning over the possession quickly enough, but good work from Lone Rangers.
Oh, excellent work there from Lone Rangers. They're getting the numbers back, maybe the extra defender back here and there. And look, they have won a few of the last balls that went back down there. The defenders, they've defended well. And now they're on the attack out again. It's Owen O'Sullivan. And just looking across to the side and looks to see if there's a substitution. Does it look as if there's young Owen Hassett that's warming up over? Maybe there's a substitution coming to Lone Rangers team.
Yeah, indeed. I think it is Owen Hassett's warming up. Owen O'Sullivan way back in his defence. Listed to start at number 14, but walking back in defence. Sun coming out again. That miss that was there is beginning to ease off again. Lone Rangers coming forward now, under the guidance, of course, the management of Liam Hassett, All-Ireland captain and winning captain for Kerry, of course, in 1997 when the famine was ended. And that victory over there, a late challenge there on the Lone Rangers man there. Patrick O'Sullivan, has he taken note of it? Will he, when play stop, will he come back there? It was a high arm tackle around the neck there. Coming forward now for Lone Rangers, Patrick Carey. Carey coming forward now, approaching the 50-yard line. Good ball inside, but he leaves it behind him there. Left it behind by Garrod Hassett there. And the Lone Rangers man battling up the Stacksman there. That will be a free out for Austin Stacks. Quickly taken. And the referee, Patrick O'Sullivan, is calling there.
Yeah,
yes, indeed, it is, Sean.
Yeah, it's Owen Hassett that's coming on for, I think, it's Owen O'Sullivan. number 14, Owen Sullivan, he picked up the injury. We said the physio was out early on. He's a big loss there to Lone Rangers because he had been already moved out to the centre of the field there from the start of the game when Whittleton was ruled out through injury. So he's a big loss there. Owen Hassett's back in. We hear he's carrying a bit of an injury, but we'll just have to see. He'll probably have to just get on with it now. And we've 16, coming up to 16 and a half minutes gone. It's still Austin Stacks, 2 points, Lone Rangers, no score.
He is a big plus. Owen Hassett, fit Owen Hassett there. Referee said that there was a foul there by the number 8 there, of course, is Shane Daly, the joint captain there on the Austin Stacks man. 2 points, they don't score a shot. 16 and a half minutes played here in this Intermediate Club Championship final replay here at the Fitzgerald Stadium. Really a replay that has been eagerly awaited. 2 excellent club sides, of course. They have 23 or 24 county championship, senior county championships between them. And indeed, I think 3 All-Ireland senior club championships they have won over the years. Lone Rangers winning it in 1996, of course. Austin Stacks way back in 1977 and indeed in the 90s as well. The ball being brought forward here now, being brought forward here by Jack O'Shea. Walks it around here now. Still Austin Stacks on the move. Joey Nagel on the ball. Joey Nagel, will he shoot for a score here? Joey Nagel shoots inside. The ball has gone in and gone over the bar. A point there coming inside. Joey Nagel coming up from defence there, as we see in the replay there. The challenge came inside and the ball was passed off there, John.
Yes, a nice pass off there by Joe O'Connor there in the middle of the field after Joey Nagel. He thought about giving it back again, but I think Joe O'Connor told him one to have a shot at the point at the goal post, and it's the 3rd point of the game for Austin Stacks with 17 and a half minutes gone, and Greg Horn with the first 2, and Joey Nagel up from the back. Joey Nagel, he likes to ray down that stand side of the field. We've said it there a few times already. He's gone down that stand side of the field, and that was an excellent score there from Joey Nagel.
Ball coming out now, being brought out by Oisin Daly. Oisin Daly coming forward the ball. Daly giving the ball forward here, going out over the line. That's a terrible pass, really. Lone Rangers putting themselves under pressure and really turning over the possession quite easy there, Sean.
Yes, and as we said, when Austin Stacks were really dominating the game, that's one thing you don't want to be doing because, look, they were in possession. I think it was Oisin Daly there, the full back, that had that ball, but he had time in his hands maybe to pick out a pass. But look, it gives the ball possession back to Austin Stacks again. And as we know, Austin Stacks, when they get possession of the ball, they take their time, they get the numbers back up the field, and usually they finish up with a score. And there's Dylan Casey, he's made a couple of driving runs down the middle of the defence as well, and they're building now again.
Going forward there. Walked inside again there for Lone Ranger. Well, Austin Stacks, but well stopped there by the Lone Ranger man. Dylan Casey has it. Casey giving it across now. Lone Rangers have it. The Austin Stacks man kicking inside the ball, going in and gone in, but gone wide. A wide for Austin Stacks there, Sean. And really, Austin Stacks there probably shooting from an awkward angle there.
Yeah, I think that was a great corner. That's the 5th wide of the game by Austin Stacks, and we're shoving up to nearly 19 minutes gone here now in the first half. As we said, they have most of the possession of this game, and maybe will they rule those wides there? They have only 3 points on the board, coming up to 19 minutes. Oh, excellent catch by Garrod Hassett there in the centre of the field.
Super catch by Garrod Hassett. He's on the move inside the 50-yard line. Garrod Hassett sitting the ball. Man running off the shoulder inside here. Chance here. And brilliant walk back. Super piece of defending there from Austin Stacks, because clearly he was about to let fly. I think it was Jack O'Shea. Sean, they got back there.
Yeah, excellent defending there. It was Jack O'Shea when was number 6, and the super pass, and it was Derek Cleary. The goals opened up. Oh, an excellent interception there, as we see there on the replay, because that had goal written all over it. It was a superb catch in the middle of the field by young Garrod Hassett, and he moved the ball fairly quickly onto Derek Cleary, and that's what you expect there from those type of players. But great defending, as we said. We're shoving up to nearly 20 minutes gone here now. Austin Stacks, they lead 3 points to no score.
Faker Mangan has the ball in the possession. He gives the ball across towards the stand side of the field. Walking it forward now towards Joey Nagel, the man who got the last point for Austin Stacks. Nagel going down along the terrace side, walking it back there into Shane O'Callaghan. Shane O'Callaghan is held up there, and that will be a free for Austin Stacks there, Sean.
Yeah, it's a free for Austin Stacks, so this will be an opportunity now. I think it was Oisin Daly that gave away the free there. Shane O'Callaghan, he went out well, and it looks as if Donald McKibben is going to have a shot at this from the left leg. He kicked a few great scores here in the drawn match. He was outstanding there in the first half, especially that game, and this is the first opportunity now from a place ball here for Austin Stacks.
Chance here for Dundalk McKibben, just on the 21-yard line, about 3 or 4 yards in from the far sideline, kicking in to the dressing room into the ground. Dundalk McKibben, left-footed, kicks it in. Is it coming in towards the post? It looks good, it looks inside, it's gone in, it's gone high, it's gone over the bar. That's a superb point from a very difficult angle, Sean.
Oh, an excellent score, as we just spoke there before he kicked that. He kicked a few great scores from that side of the field there as well, and a super score by Donald McKibben. Yeah, he's been rather quiet maybe early on in this game. We've just over 20 minutes gone now in this first half, and Austin Stacks, they have 4 points on the board, and Lone Rangers have yet to score.
Lone Rangers yet to score. Sean Cleary took the kick out there, O'Connor walks it across here. Out here now to being picked up here in front of us there by Patrick Daly. Daly giving into the centre there to Owen Hassett. Owen Hassett walking it back now. Walks it back now to Sean Cleary. They need to get a score here. We have played just over 21 minutes of play. 4 points for Austin Stack. No score yet for Lone Rangers in this County Intermediate Football Championship. Final replay here at the Fitzgerald Stadium. The sun shining brightly here. No breeze whatsoever down on the pitch side. A little bit slippery. We had a little bit of miss. Dara Cleary, the man who had that goal chance, but it was nothing to his fault because it was superb defending. Gives the ball inside here. Cleary going forward again. Cleary giving it back inside, and the ball lost in possession inside. In the forwards there, and Austin Stacks moving it out again. Nice and tricky passing from Lone Rangers, but they just couldn't get inside there. Going forward, that's good work by Lone Rangers. Lone Rangers walking it back now. Give inside Owen Hassett going for the post. Hassett going for the kick. Hassett going inside with the ball. Has gone out to the right hand side as we look out here from our advantage point here. But good work by Lone Rangers to win the ball back there. Sean just trying to see the number on the back there, but it was good work. The shot came from Owen Hassett.
The shot came from Owen Hassett. I mean, that's the second wide there for Lone Rangers. That was a chance. I would be quite disappointed they didn't put that over the bar because, look, just before that, maybe Leslie had the pass and they nearly got through the Austin Stacks defence. But what I noticed is Austin Stacks, they're getting 5 or 6 players back around the guy who has the ball, and they're defending very well as a unit.
Defending very well as a unit. Joe O'Connor has the ball. Joe O'Connor giving it across now. Being worked for Ian McHindred. Gives it forward again. And bringing the ball forward for Austin Stacks. Trying to walk it out. David Costello watching the game down in Australia this afternoon. Walks it back inside. Austin Stacks going for the kick inside. Going in and gone over the bar. That's an excellent point, I think, coming from number 12, Daniel Kirby there, Sean.
Super score there. That's 5 points of Daniel Kirby that came up. He's always good to chip in with a point or two. An excellent under 20 player there for Kerry this year. And he's made that number 12 position on the Austin Stack team this year. He's played very well. And he was on the St. Brendan's board team. He was an excellent catch on the middle of the field. Joe O'Connor, they're starting to dominate the play around in the middle of the field again.
Joe O'Connor, there was a pass inside. Walks it inside here now. Being picked up here. Daniel Kirby again. Back to Paddy Lane. Paddy Lane. Good block down there. Paul O'Sullivan is there. That's good work there by the Lone Ranger man there coming out. Sean Cleary coming out with the ball. That's good work from Cleary. Cleary giving the ball over the top here. Lone Rangers trying to come forward with the ball now. Being picked up here. Being picked up here by Colin Moriarty. Good ball inside. Joey Nagel. Ball going over both men there. And Tansley was going to come, but he decided not to there. The ball inside being picked up by John Titer. Titer has it, being forced out there, John Titer. The ball has gone wide, it came off his hand, and the ball has gone wide. Lone Rangers seem not to be able to, every ball going forward, their intricate passing, Sean, is working to an extent, but that overpass, probably maybe they'd been better off to take a shot sometimes.
Yeah, it seems to be that last pass, it just seems to be maybe they're trying to get in maybe for a goal. I know they've no score on the board yet, and a shot kick out is a bad mistake here.
Shot kick out here, coming across here, being picked up again. Lone Rangers have a chance here. Owen Hassett give me back now. I think that's John Titer with the kick. John Titer drives it inside, and John Titer has put it in and has put it over the bar. The opening score for Lone Rangers after nearly 24 minutes of play, 5 points to 1, and John Titer with the score there, Sean.
John Titer with that one over the bar, and it was a mistake by Michael Tansey in the Austin Stacks goal, and fair credit to young Hassett there. He intercepted that ball, he was alert and slipped the ball across to John Titer, and John Titer, usually he's very accurate from those positions. With 24 minutes gone, it's the first goal for Lone Rangers, so it's Austin Stacks, they lead by 5 points to Lone Rangers 1.
Fickler Magan getting the ball, giving it back here now. Coming forward, Jack O'Shea. This is the next young footballer, this Jack O'Shea. Had a lot of injuries there, works it inside. Lone Rangers now pedaling backwards here. Tries to give it inside again. Shot coming in, blocked inside and gone out. It's gone out for a 45. It's gone out for a 45 there. The shot came inside there. Just trying to see if we have a replay of the ball. Went inside with Austin Stacks transferring from back to front very quickly there.
Oh, definitely from back. It looked as if Michael O'Donnell was at the midfield man, and there was an excellent block there from the Lone Rangers defender, and it was a bit of a let off because, as we said, they worked that from the back to Jack O'Shea. Jack O'Shea, he picked up that ball from the quick kick out, and as we said, he likes to go down the middle there with that ball, and they drove down the centre, and Michael O'Donnell had the shot, and it's 45 now for Austin Stacks. It's 25 minutes gone. They lead by those 5 points to 1, and in fairness, they're totally really dominating this game from the word go.
Dominating the game, as Sean says, from the word go there. And of course, Dominic Lynch, 10-time world champion handballer, winning last weekend with Gavin Buckey back there in Glenben. Of course, Keith Evans celebrating his 21st over the weekend. Michael Tansley with the kick for Austin Stacks. Tansley with the kick going inside, but going out to the right-hand side of the post into the dressing room, and a wide for Austin Sachs there, Sean.
Yeah, so why they make that? That's actually the 6 wide there for Austin Sachs. They have 5 points on the board, so that'll tell you the dominance they have here in this game. But the 6 wide, and look, that was a bit of a let-off there maybe for Lone Rangers. That half a goal chance by Michael O'Donnell there, the man who powered through from the centre of the field, and it's Jason Brownlow again with the kick out, and it's come out here to the terrace side, and Sean Cleary, he's playing very well there, cornerback.
Oh, that's great work by Sean Cleary. Took that ball there, but well found by Jason Brown, the goalkeeper. Ball being driven forward by Cal Moriarty, right down in front of us here now, being picked up here by Derek Cleary. Good work going back there by Dylan Casey. Dylan Casey is fouled as he tried to come out with the ball there. He was held onto there, and the free is taken quickly by the referee, Padraig O'Sullivan. And we have another substitution for Lone Rangers. Number 15 there for Lone Rangers is going off there, and that is Matthew Leslie going off, and just trying to see there who's coming on.
Yeah, it looks as if David Mangan has come on to the Lone Rangers team there. He probably slot back maybe into the half-back position. David, a fine young player. He's out injured a lot this year, picks up a bad injury early on the year, but as we said, he was another guy that we forgot to mention there at the start, so that'll tell you the calibre of players that Lone Rangers have out injured here, and of course it has a big effect on them here today.
David Mangan, as we said, coming in there. David Mangan coming in there for Lone Rangers. Matthew Leslie gone off. Lawson Stacks on the attack again. 26, nearly 27 minutes played here. It's 5 points to 1 in favour of Austin Stacks. Sun has momentarily gone behind the clouds there. Pulled back there by Owen Asset. The ball being given forward now to Fikra Mangan. Fikra Mangan coming forward, approaching the 50-yard line. Joey Nail going off the shoulder. Still Fikra Mangan giving inside. Works it around here. Playing but good work from Lone Rangers there. Lone Rangers doing well. And the referee said there was a pull back and Greg Horn. And a free for Austin Sachs, John.
Yes, a free for Austin Sachs. Great Horn there. He's very one of the dominant figures there. He's the captain of this Austin Sachs team, and he's leading by example. And he has 2 points from play there from early on. We've 27.5 minutes gone here now, and this will be probably another opportunity for it. It looks like it's Donald McKivern scoring a kick to great free there about 5 minutes ago from a nearer position. But he's, as I said, he's about 3 metres out, and this is a chance.
Donald McKibben with the kick high towards the post. Is it going in? It's going in, but it's gone wide. A chance gonna begin again for Austin Sachs. The wides beginning to creep up, Sean, for Austin Sachs.
Yes, I make that. That's 7 wides there now for Austin Sachs, so that'll tell you the dominance they have in this game. But they're not going up on the board. They still only have those 5 points until Lone Rangers won. And will they rule some of those scores here now in this second half? Because look, in these county championship finals, every score is vital, and every team they want to give their 100%. But Lone Rangers now, Sean Cleary, they're starting to build again from the back. He gives it back to his goalkeeper, Jason Brown.
Give it back to Brown there. Brown giving it out here. Just made well. Badly done there. Well, pull back there. The referee, a long play go on there. Being fouled there inside Paddy Lane. And that would be a free in, but they're really Lone Rangers messed up there themselves, Sean.
Oh, definitely, as we see here in the replay, Jason Brown, he went for the short pass out, and it just, as we said, the conditions a bit slippy. In Paddy Lane, in fairness, he was pulled before he even got the free in, so this is a chance on Paddy Lane. He has been quite here now in the start of this game, but I suppose great credit must be given to Sean Cleary. He's marking very well. It's Paddy Lane with the first shot at the post, and it's over the bar, so it's the first score of the game for Paddy Lane.
First score for Paddy Lane, a point for Austin Stacks. We make that now 6 points to 1 in favour of Austin Stacks. Nearly 28 minutes and I suppose 50 seconds, nearly 29 minutes gone. So we'll be into the last minute plus injury time at the end of this first half. In the Kerry Petroleum Intermediate Club Championship final replay here at the Fitzgerald Stadium. Jason Brown with the kick out. Jason Brown will go along, goes out towards the stand side of the field. Up there, rise, ball left behind there. And Lone Rangers get in there. The ball coming off the Austin Stacksman there, but it gone out over the line off a Lone Rangers man. A line ball for Lone Rangers as we move into the last minute to play here in this first half, and Austin Stacksman down there injured, Sean.
Yeah, so Stacksman down. It's Colin Griffin, the number 2. Yeah, he's down injured, picked up a bit of a knock there, in fairness. He went in bravely there for that ball, and it's a line ball actually for Austin Stacks over the other side of the field, and referee Padraig O'Sullivan, Owen Hassett, he's not too happy with the decision, but it's Colin Griffin that's down injured, pick up a bit of a knock there, and there'll be 2 minutes of injury time here now in this first half, and Colin Griffin, yeah, he looks as if he's okay again. He's picked up, yeah, the physio is with him, but look, as we spoke to Austin Stacks, yeah, they have dominated this game.
Have dominated the game there. Well, we're into the 2 minutes of injury time. The referee would probably allow a little bit extra, at least 2 minutes. The ball going back now from the resultant free as the sun begins to come out here. Ball back to the goalkeeper there, Michael Tansley there. There's someone blowing a horn or a hooter down in front of us. It probably was at the World Cup because a little bit hoarse as well. The ball walked across here. Dylan Casey has the ball. Casey goes across. Gives the ball across now to Fikra Mangan will go towards the stand side of the field for Austin Stacks. Sun beginning to come out here again at the Fitzgerald Stadium this afternoon. Austin Stacks have the possession. They have the lead as well. 6 points to 1. Giving it across here now to Paul O'Sullivan. Takes the pass back again. Giving it across. Austin Stacks holding on to the possession here. Greg Horton drives the ball back here now. Giving it back to Michael Tansley. Tansley coming out towards the centre. Gives it across to Dylan Casey. Will he make one of those runs? Joey Nagel is away out here on the terrace side. Joey Nagel going forward. Joey Nagel going inside. Joey Nagel still on the run as he overcarried the ball. He has indeed, I think the referee said he overcarried the ball there. Good decision there from Patrick O'Sullivan.
Oh, good decision there from the referee, Patrick O'Sullivan. Joey Nagel, he just got inside the Lone Ranger defence there, but there's 2 Lone Rangers players. They're down injured now, and that's what they don't want, because their injury list is growing and growing as the day goes on. But Joey Nagel, he just got inside the defence and probably just overcarried. He maybe thought about going to fist it over the bar, but he was pulled for overcarrying, and it's a free out now to Lone Rangers. And there is 31 minutes. We're just into the second minute of injury time, and Lone Rangers, they have 2 players down injured here at the moment, just trying to see who they are. Is it we can see if number 3 is back. I know, is it Garrod has it, or is it the full back, Dylan Casey, or Oisin Daly, which we see Kieran Donaghy, he's there on the sideline there, and we heard before the game that Kieran Donaghy, he's taken a few training sessions with Aston Stacks now the last week or 2, and probably maybe that's showing, maybe they have that extra bit of sharpness about him. And of course Kieran involved with Armagh this year, they're winning that All-Ireland, and we're shoving in, as I said, the last 10 seconds, 6 points to 1, Austin Stacks lead, and a comfortable enough lead, George.
Comfortable enough lead. They have dominated the possession this first half. But remember, Lone Ranger, Liam Hassett, as we see on picture there, he's down there on the sideline there, having a word with his Sean said there. Of course, Kieran Donaghy, the great legend, Kieran Donaghy, the star as we call him, there's no doubt about it. And really, a man, of course, with Armagh, a great man to up players, to get inside players' heads, to get them to respond, and really is a great kind of, I suppose, a shooter, really. There's no doubt about it. Speaking with people in the Austin Stacks Club, they say he gets young players to play better, to get, just to comfort them and just make them that type of a better player. He doesn't criticise, he criticises just for the right reason, but he's always encouraging, and that's something I suppose young players require, Sean, and these days I suppose encouragement is a lot of part of football.
Oh, definitely, yeah, and as I just spoke there about Kieran, as you see there, even with the basketball, he's very, very good there on the court. His discipline is very good, and just looking there out now, it is Darrell Cleary, and I'd say he must have got a cut there on the forward, they're strapping across his forward there, so if he happens to go off again, it'll be a big loss there to Lone Rangers. And we're we're shoving into the 3rd minute of injury time. Maybe the referee, he probably might play another minute of injury time here, but Darrell Cleary, he's been strapped up, heavily strapped there around the head.
Nigel Cockery, I think, is out there. Patrick O'Sullivan is with him there. Nigel Cockery, and Darrell Cleary is back, and he's okay again. I said, of course, the nephew of John Cleary, the Cork football manager, of course, a son of Dennis Cleary, who's involved with Peter O'Sullivan with the Mid-Kerry team this year. The ball free quickly taken, probably the last play of the first half. Can Lone Rangers get a score before half time? Ball coming forward now, Daly gives it forward now, gives it across now to Patrick Carey. Carey walks into centre to David Mangan, and the pull was on the hand. Well spotted there by Patrick O'Sullivan there, as David Mangan went to pass the ball there. His hand was held, so the ball ended up gratefully into the arms of the Austin Stacksman. Coming forward now is Oisin Daly. Oisin Daly gives the ball. David Mangan giving the ball forward again, and that being picked up by Darrell Cleary. Darrell Cleary wearing the wall moons there. Going forward there, John Tyter does well to gather that one. John Tyter does well, and the referee says there was a push down on the ground there on John Tyter. He gives the ball forward here. John Tyter giving the ball forward here. Challenge going into the referee. Quite rightly says that the Austin Stacksman jumped into the back of the Lone Rangers, and that's a score Lone Rangers need before half-time here, Sean.
Oh, this will be a big kick here now. As you said, there's 4 minutes of injury time played, but that ball was Patrick Daly came across for that, and it was Michael O'Donnell. Maybe he misjudged the bounce of the ball, and he jumped across over the top of Patrick Daly, and it's a chance here now to his own Hassett. So this is a big kick. So what a score this would do for Lone Rangers.
Owen Hassett with the kick. Owen Hassett has it, drives it high. Go hard, go clean. Hadn't trust on. Colleen fun in the Lone, and it's Lone Rangers on 2 points on the board. And we probably will have the last play of the match. Patrick O'Sullivan has a quick look at the watch there, and Michael Tansley, the goalkeeper for Austin Stacks, will place the ball for the kick out. We have played 5 minutes of extra time here. Remember, there are a lot of injuries. There was 2 minutes allocated, but they have gone with the fight. The ball quick free taken out, the kick out, taken shot there into the centre there. Indeed, Patrick O'Sullivan outstretches the hands. He says he brings proceedings to an end for the first half here at the Fitzgerald Stadium, and a scoreline of Austin Stacks 6 points It's Lone Rangers 2 points, Sean.
Oh, that's it, yeah, 6 points to 2 at half time. And Austin Stacks, they have been the better team there in the first half, and they probably would maybe be disappointed. They should have more scores on the board, because I've them knocked down. They have 7 wides there, maybe 2 from frees, but 5 wides from play, and Lone Rangers had 3 on the other side. And if you look at it, Lone Rangers, they had that half a chance of a goal to Derek Cleary. He just got inside, and in fairness, great credit to Jack O'Shea. He made a vital interception, because the goals had opened up, and we were just from our commentary spot here, it looked as if Derek Cleary was going to bury that ball in the back of the net, but it was excellent defence there from Jack O'Shea, who's played very, very well there for Austin Stacks. And of course, up front, Greg Horn is leading by example. The captain, he kicked 2 excellent points from play, and young Darren Kirby is playing very well, kicked a good score from play. But look, Lone Rangers, well, you'll be saying they have only 2 points on the board, but then again, that's only 4 points of a difference, and we say half a chance of a goal, and conditions have got a little bit slippery, made a little bit of a miss there during the game. But look, Austin Stacks, they lead by the 6 points to 2, and they probably will be more than happy going in with that lead.
The one thing about it, Sean, Lone Rangers are always good for a goal. They have those type of forwards. The Derek Clearys, Matthew Leslie's gone off. He got a goal in the first game. Owen O'Sullivan also gone off. Lone Rangers with Owen Hassett on the field, Derek Cleary and Garrett Hassett, they have that type of forward that can link up to get that goal. There's only 4 points within this game. Austin Stacks, we've said, probably have had 70% of the possession in the first half, coming from their kickouts, coming from their midfield. But Lone Rangers will feel at half-time, Liam Hassett will say, we'll settle on this game plan, we'll get the ball into the right positions. Lone Rangers into the dressing room, and I think they find that is probably the scoring goal. So if Lone Rangers get back into this game quickly, they're only 4 points down, Sean, so really it's all for to play in the second half.
Oh, it's all to play for, as we say. The first score always after half-time is a vital score. Whoever gets that score, it gives that extra bit of impetus to the team. But look, as we said, Lone Rangers, they are the team. They can have the forwards, Derek Cleary's, the 2 Hassets there, great, as I say, great guys maybe to get in and get that goal. And as we said there in the first half, there was a couple of incidents where they did get inside that Austin Stacks defence, and maybe great defending by Austin Stacks just kept them out. But as we go here now for the half-time break, so we'll back to you, Joe.
Well, at half-time here, it's Austin Stacks 6 points, Lone Rangers 2 points. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be back with John O'Dowd and Sean O'Sullivan after the commercial break.
You're very welcome back here to Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney, live on Clubber TV. We're half-time in the Kerry Petroleum County Intermediate Football Final Replay. Austin Stacks leading Lown Rangers by 6 points to 2. I suppose, first of all, Sean O'Sullivan, to call a spade, it hasn't been a good half of football.
It hasn't, John. Look, we spoke before the game that we would be hoping for a lot more quality than the drawn game. Unfortunately, it hasn't panned out that way. Not sure why. Look, you could put it down to, as we spoke about, the length of time both teams have had between the drawn game and the replay. Challenge games, training is all well and good, but you just can't replace that championship feel, that championship bite. And so far, after 30 pretty dour minutes, it's reflected that both teams have just been really below the standards that we would expect of both of them from a footballing wise. Again, the endeavour is there, the work rate's there. I think both sets of defences are pretty much playing well, or as well as they can be. A lot of turnovers, both sets of defences working really hard, but as you can see by the scoreboard, Austin Stacks have just had the better of it.
Yeah, Stacks definitely the better side so far, and one player who's taken the game by the scruff of the neck is their captain, Greg Horn.
Yeah.
He got the first 2 points of the game from open play. He's been a kind of a leader on the half-forward line, involved in a lot of their good work. Yeah,
and he took on those first 2 scores, John. And look, I suppose, as we said, the criticism of the Stacks forwards is that maybe they're passing up opportunities to shoot at the goal. They've had a lot of wides, I think 7 total in the first half, so really they should be out of sight by now, but they're not. They're still only 4 points ahead, but certainly Greg is a guy that's trying to make things happen, kick the first 2 scores from play, as you said, but he's involved in everything good that Stacks do once they cross into the Lone Rangers final third of the field. He's looking for the ball, he's trying to make things happen, and he's certainly been a bright spark, along, I must say, with Joey Nagel. Joey's not only doing a very good job defensively on Derek Cleary, which would be Lone Rangers' danger man, but he's also managed to get up the field and kick a score as well.
For the Killardland men, I suppose, Sean, we spoke about it beforehand. They didn't have much luck coming into the match, and they haven't had much luck in that first half as well. They've lost Owen O'Sullivan. They've had to make a couple of changes. They probably have Owen Hassett and David Mangan on the field maybe a little bit earlier than they'd pre-planned.
Yeah.
So they're only 4 points behind. They've only kicked 2 scores. Took them about 25 minutes, I think, before John Titer got their first point from play. Are they still in it?
I think so. And what Liam Hassett will be echoing there now in the dressing room, I'm sure, will, is that we are still in it. We haven't played at all. Lone Rangers haven't played at all. They've been very playing within themselves, a little bit maybe, I wouldn't say frightened, but a little bit worried about taking a risk and maybe going for it. They have to go for it now, John. They're 4 points down. As you said, they've introduced their big guns, the Mangans and the Hassetts, the guys that have been carrying those injuries are now in. You might as well just go for it now. Don't be worried about getting injured. Just go out, have a real cut at it, because for that first 30-35 minutes, including injury time, they haven't gone at Stacks. I'm interested to see, will Liam make a few changes in relation to their positioning up front in the second half. For me, they need to get Derek Cleary in closer to the goal. If they could put him inside with Owen Hassett, I know Garrod Hassett has a lot of football played, maybe get Garrod out onto the 40 where he can link the play and find the 2 lads inside. They may cause Stacks problems, but when Derek Cleary gets the ball out here on the 45-yard line, John, he's got a long way to travel, whereas if he's getting the ball in around the top of the D with Owen Hassett, he could cause that Stacks rear guards more problems than they are.
And there was a big moment in the first half, Sean. I think it was about 20 minutes in. Stacks were 3 points to the good. Great catch by Garrod Hassett. Went on a lovely run. Laid it off to Derek Cleary.
Yep.
He was almost through on goal. A brilliant intervention by Jack O'Shea.
Fantastic. And it was the highlight of the half, really, which I suppose doesn't say much for the football we saw. Garrod caught a great ball here in front of us. Great kick out by Jason Brown. Garrod drove through the heart of the Stacks defence. Dara off his shoulder. That pace he has. Garrod's pass was perfectly timed, and Jack O'Shea from nowhere came across with an absolutely brilliant goal-saving tackle. If that had gone in, it could have lifted Rangers, it could have lifted their supporters here in front of us. It didn't. Stacks turned it around and got out the field again. So Rangers must take positives from that they, if they go at the Stacks rear guard, they can get in there. But I just think Liam needs to sort his positioning out with his forwards and play his danger men closer to the goal.
Lawn Rangers, work to do at half-time, trailing by 6 points to 2. Austin Stacks, on the other hand, in control, but not over the line just yet. That's Sean O'Sullivan. We're going to take a quick commercial break now, and we'll be back to Ger and Shawnee Barton on commentary for the second half.
And welcome back to the Fitzgerald Stadium here in the Fitzgerald Stadium here as we sit here, and the sun shining brightly here at this particular time here, and really Sean looking out at the beautiful scenery. I suppose something maybe Sean was saying there, the football hasn't lived up to it really. I suppose one of the highlights they picked out there was the actual run by the ball from Garrod Hassett to Dara Cleary, running through, and really superb piece of defending from Jack O'Shea.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we just spoke about it there just before we went to the halftime break. Yeah, it was an excellent run. I think it was Garrod Hassett, an excellent bit of feeling there in the middle of the field, and he moved the ball fairly quick. And you just see there and the replay now and the highlights there. The first half, it was Jack O'Shea. We were very impressed with him there in the Austin Sachs defence, and just looking now again to Dara Cleary. Resido, he just about to release and pull the trigger, but a superb bit of defence there by Jack O'Shea. And as we spoke, Jack O'Shea, he was involved there with the Kerry set up there a number of years ago. Maybe injuries and a few injuries he picked up, and it just didn't things just didn't run for him. But a superb bit of defending there. Jack is playing very well today. Joey Nagle in the corner there as well. He popped up there with a good point there in that first half. And up front you've Greg Horn there, 2 excellent scores from play. But Darren Kirby as well. But as we said, Long Rangers, they have created a couple of half-goal chances, and they're not out of this game yet. And as we know, they are good for a goal or two. And as we saw here in the drawing game, was it young Sean Cleary there from cornerback. He came up and he was the man at the end of that pass, and he just buried the ball in the back of the net. So look, they're definitely not, Long Rangers definitely not out of this game, but the first score of the second half is going to have a big bearing on this game.
Big bearing on the game is there. We see some of the highlights there from the first half. Again, Jack O'Shea giving the ball forward there, works it inside. Greg Horton worked it back there. The shot coming in there, the block on it there, going inside. I think Jason Brown probably had it covered anyway. If anything was going to go over the bar, but back waiting for both sides to come out in the field. Padraig O'Sullivan and his team of officials are out in the field. We see indeed Wayne Quinlivan there, the Kerry minor manager, down in front of us here as well. And as we said, Kieran Donaghy back there with the stacks, helping out there with Billy Lee there, and David Lavin there, Mikey Collins, former great with Austin Stacks as well, and Damien Royal there as well, and Brian Morgan there, and Kieran Donaghy, as we said. Lads like that, they are really giving their all to Austin Stacks, a very proud club, as I suppose 13 county championships in Kerry, and of course their last coming in 2021. Hard to think, Sean, that they're down at that level as well. Lone Rangers, a team that won an All-Ireland club as well, went through a few lean years, building back up again, doing a lot of great work at underage level, dominating probably within the mid-Kerry underage competitions, which you would probably expect with the population they have. But really 2 club teams that you would expect to be involved in the senior county championship, and I suppose sometimes they have to work their way back up again.
Oh, definitely. I suppose, George, that's the way things work. You said a lot of other teams have gone through the same system, maybe gone back down the divisions and maybe have to try and build back up again. But look, this intermediate championship, it's a very, very hard championship to win, and no doubt it can be as good as a senior club championship. But there's some excellent teams in that intermediate championship, and as we know, the championship set up in Kerry, like the other counties, they're very envious of Kerry, because every championship from senior, intermediate, junior and junior premier down long, every team, that's what their goal is, to win that competition at the end of the year and maybe get up to the next level above them. And no doubt, look, these are two proud clubs, Lone Rangers and Austin Stacks, and look, that's where they want to be, playing senior county championship next year.
Playing senior county championship instead, of course. Austin Stacks with a number of Kerry players, of course, involved there. Dylan Casey, Joe O'Connor as well. Of course, Greg Horton was in the training squad. Daniel Kirby at underage level. Paddy Laird at under 20 level as well. So a lot of players. Joey Nagle as well. Lone Rangers there with a very balanced team. But I suppose this afternoon we hate to say guys that are missing. But the Faker Clifford there is a big loss to Lone Rangers. He's that kind of a player. On the verge, probably a Kerry panel player as well. And he's a big loss, because he's that cutting edge, he's that pace, and really, Sean, that's what you need, especially with guys like Dara Cleary inside. Dara Cleary and Owen Hassett, they need to get that ball in quickly, as Sean was pointing out there in the interview down line. They need to have a Dara Cleary and Owen Hassett. They need to be closer to goal. Oh, definitely, yeah. And as I said, Fikra, a big loss, because he was outstanding there in the drawn match there about 9 weeks ago. But look, he's missing today, and that's it. They just have to get on with it. But there was a few chances maybe there in the first half. There was half chances maybe Fikra there with that left leg, and he'd have swung them over the bar. As we already know, the teams are back out in the field, and Padraig O'Sullivan, he's ready here now again to drop the ball here on the middle of the field. Padraig O'Sullivan just checking with his linesman, looking around that they're getting into position there on the stand side of the field, and the linesman down here in front of us there, and Stephen Seeley in the middle of the field as Patrick O'Sullivan gets this second half of the Intermediate County Championship Club final underway again. Well gathered there in the centre there for Lone Rangers. Foul there on the Lone Rangers man there. Shane Daly there, the giant captain, giving it back now. Giving it back now to Patrick Carey. Carey coming forward to John Titer. John Titer wearing 11. Nice clip ball inside. Ball being batted down. Well gathered by David Mangan. David Mangan holding on to the ball. Takes the mark there. David Mangan. Will he have a kick for a score? David Mangan there. Well, his father was Owen Mangan. He was indeed the potato man back there in Killarney. Well, I think he was more or less a centre half back. They never allowed him past the halfway line, but David has gone forward. David has the kick. David drives it inside, but the ball has gone wide from David Mangan. A chance for Lone Rangers there. Surprised to see David Mangan operating up in the forward, John, but I suppose they have to try and push him forward.
Yeah, they have to try and push him forward. As I say, fierce experience. He was able to carry it up there a couple of years back, but as I said, he got a bad injury there early on in the year, but they have moved him. They seem to have moved him up there into the half forward line, although he's drifting back out the field now again. But I suppose they probably have to try. They're down those 4 points. They have to try something, but they've started very well. Lone Rangers have started well here now in the second half.
Lone Rangers on the attack again. The ball coming inside. Has the ball. Tries to walk it back. Giving it back now for Lone Rangers. Lone Rangers there. And to try to get over, I said, Patrick Daly give it across here into the centre, but got it. Hamrick there, does well there, gives it across, nearly lost the ball going straight there. Referee said there was a challenge going in there. Well, I thought that the player went in, the Lone Rangers man went in to try and win the ball as fair as he could there. The referee, Patrick O'Sullivan, says there was an overzealous challenge there. We see the physio there coming on there, Kevin Hannafin coming on the field of play there for Austin Stacks, and the referee, Patrick O'Sullivan, for something that was said, is moving the ball forward, Sean.
Yeah, it was actually Gerard Hassel. In fairness, we just saw the replay there. He was probably unlucky because the ball had just spilled away maybe from Dylan Casey. Dylan was actually reaching the ball, and Gerard probably held his ground, but he probably gave some bit of dissent. He wasn't happy with the decision, and Patrick O'Sullivan, he moved the ball up the next 14 metres. So Austin Stacks, Dylan Casey, the full back there, and he's up and ready to go again. So Austin Stacks, they'll have the free now as the ball has been moved up.
What has been a low-scoring game so far, 6 points to 2. 2 minutes played of this second half. Austin Stacks on the possession now, coming forward now, taking it right down in front of us here. That's Michael O'Donnell. Michael O'Donnell giving the ball. Dylan Casey coming forward. Casey giving the ball inside. Walks it back in, and behind it, going forward. Still coming inside now, being followed there by Shane Clifford. Comes inside, gives it back to Dylan Casey. Casey giving it further back out. Austin Stacks holding onto the ball, playing it around, walking it back out here now to Michael O'Donnell again. Michael O'Donnell going forward there. Michael O'Donnell walks it across towards the stand side of the field now. Austin Stacks, Greg Horton. Horton swings the boot at it, gives it inside, 40 yards and goal. Paul O'Sullivan back to Greg Horton, takes a return pass again. On the burst there's Joe O'Connor. Joe O'Connor coming inside. Still Joe O'Connor tries to get inside, but good work for Lone Rangers. Shane O'Callaghan coming across, and there a Lone Rangers man foul coming out with the ball out.
Yes, Sean Cleary, he's having an outstanding gear there for Lone Rangers in that defence. But Joe Connor, he made that bust through. He saw the opening. But Lone Rangers, they got 3 or 4 defenders back around dispossessed, and they're building now. Lone Rangers have sat that little bit lively here now in the second half.
Good ball down now for Lone Rangers. Lone Rangers with Austin Stacksman going back there, trying to gather it. Does well, picks it up there, coming out with the ball there, and that's a foul on Jack O'Shea. Jack O'Shea takes the free quickly across to Michael Tansley, gives it out to Fikra Mangan. Fikra Mangan, the Kerry Petroleum Intermediate Club Championship final here, replay here, and behind it, coming forward now with the ball for Austin Stacks, gives it across here now. Stacks trying to go forward, good work there by Daly there, will be picked up by Michael O'Donnell, gives it here now to Donegal McKibben. McKibben has the ball now. McKibben a score of a point in the first half, back to Fikra Mangan on the 50-yard line, works inside. The sun has gone in behind the clouds here at the Fitzgerald Stadium. Lone Rangers pulling back there, players behind the ball, trying to make Austin Stacks overturn this ball. Donegal McKibben left-footed, swings it across there for Austin Stacks, being picked up there by Greg Horton. Greg Horton tries to come in line. Owen Clifford foul there. Owen Clifford said there was a pull by Owen Clifford there on Greg Horton, a free for Austin Stacks.
Free for Austin Stacks. So we're just over 4 minutes gone here now in the second half, and it's Austin Stacks will be an opportunity. It looks at Paddy Lane. He's going over here to kick this one. He kicked one free there in the first half, but he's handing back to Greg Horton, I think, again. It's that further bit. Or Tansey's even after the goalkeepers after coming up, so there's a bit of a discussion. Tansey is told maybe go back again, and we just don't know who's going to kick it. Michael O'Donnell maybe.
Michael O'Donnell, he's the fourth man inside.
And he actually kicks the ball back shot after all.
To Tansley there, and Tansley was fouled there, but the referee says play go on there. Austin Stacks has the ball. Tansley is going to head back to his goal. The ball given forward to Dylan Casey. Casey is Jack O'Shea on the run there. And Casey goes for the score, and that's a beautiful point from Dylan Casey. I know we had the commotion with the free, but finally the ball was worked around. Tansley got the ball forward here. Dylan Casey came up there. Hassett came back to try and stop him there. Walked it inside, but Dylan Casey off the left. An excellent score from Dylan Casey.
Excellent score, George, to say, off the left leg, and he actually had an extra man, Jack O'Shea. He was on the overlap here, but there was a confusion of who's going to kick the free. But it's Jason Brown now again. That's 7 points to Austin Stacks and 2 points to Lone Rangers. And we've just over 5 minutes played here in the second half, and Austin Stacks, they're starting to win those balls around the middle of the field again.
Ball work back for Austin Stacks, holding on to giving back down behind. It tries to come inside here, walks it across now. Austin Stacks holding on to the possession there. Then Michael O'Donnell gives it across here now. Walked it across here, space here on the terrace side to Fikramangan. Fikramangan has it, travelling inside now. Plenty of ground in front of Fikramangan, giving it across there. The shot coming in, but I think that is going to go. In fact, it's gone in and gone over the bar from Greg Horton there. Thought there was a doubt about it as we looked out from our vantage point there. But the ball was walked across from Fikramangan.
Walked across from Fikramangan. This is Greg Horn. He came around the loop outside, and it was fairly high up in the air. But I don't know, maybe they were indecisive. But it's given as a point for Greg Horn. I'll make that Greg Horn's third point from play for the game. He's having an outstanding game here today. Austin Stacks, they extend that lead. They lead by 8 points to 2, and the ball is out in the middle of the field, and it's a free. It's a free. So Shane Daly went up, and Joe O'Connor just probably came across in front of him. It's a free now for Lone Rangers. Lone Rangers, they will want to be getting a score. We've 6 minutes played now in the second half.
8 points to 2 in favour of Austin Stacks here. Daly has the ball in the field. Shane Daly going backwards now, giving it back now to Shane Clifford. Back to Daly again. Daly has the ball. Run, Sun coming out. Good ball down along the sideline here. Being picked up. No, can they do something with this one? Being picked up here. Daly comes across here. Daly has it, walks it across. The kick going in. That's a lovely point from Patrick Daly. Has put it in and put it over the bar. And that's where Lone Rangers scores, Sean, come from if they can work that ball quickly in.
Oh, that was a quick response there now from Lone Rangers. They all came for the free here outside. That's Patrick Daly that got the score. Nice, and got around the Aston Stacks defence. Nice and threw over the bar. His brother, Shane, in the middle of the field was actually fouled. And look, Lone Rangers, that was a quick response to the point from Greg Horn on the other end. But Aston Stacks, they have the opportunity. They work the ball, quick kick out. And it's that man again, Jack O'Shea. He likes to drive right down through the centre of the Lone Rangers defence. There was a bit of a tug, but he's still on the go.
Ball given across here. Dunica McKibben has it. Will he come onto the left leg there? Gives it over the top inside. But good work there. That's great work back there by Stephen Seeley there to cut out that one. Gives it across to Oisin Daly. Lone Rangers moving it forward now. Can they get a few scores on the board to narrow the gap here? 8 points to 3. We have 7.5 minutes played of this second half. The Kerry Petroleum Intermediate Club Championship there. And Patrick O'Sullivan says a foul on the Lone Rangers man there. A foul on the Lone Rangers man there as he was coming out. And the free to Lone Rangers.
Yeah, the free out was actually John Tyler got the ball, and there was 3 Aston Stacks defenders around him. Maybe they were shouting that he was over carrying the ball a bit, but there's a substitution on the Lone Rangers team, and we just look, it's number 12, John Buck is coming on to the Lone Rangers team. It's that man John Tyler that's been taken off. Johnny was just fouled there, so John Buck, a fine young player. We've seen him many times this year. He made a big impact when he came onto the field of play, and he's usually good for a score too.
Good for a score, and John Tyler gone off score. A 1 point in the game. The ball down picked up. Derek Cleary. Here's that head bandage now. Transfers it forward. They'll go for speed and panache with this young buck. Challenge going in there. The referee, Patrick O'Sullivan, says no foul there. A foul now there, and Patrick Daly there. Well, he wasn't happy there. They thought there was a foul on the Lone Rangers man as he went in there, Sean. But the referee there, a foul there by Patrick Daly there, the man who scored the last point there, and a free out for Austin Stacks.
Yeah, free out for Austin Stacks. Oh, there's a bit of Barges there. Lone Ranger, the Shane Daly, I think he could be in a bit of bother. Is he going to go into the book here? And it was his brother Patrick that gave away the free before. It was a high tackle, I think, on Joey Nagel that was coming out. So it's Shane Daly here now. Is he going into the book? Is he after getting a yellow card for that one? That was maybe looking to get away with that one. But nonetheless, it's a free out there for Austin Stacks. We've just over 38.5 minutes played, maybe 39 minutes here now in this second half, this outstanding game, this intermediate championship replay.
Paul O'Sullivan giving the ball forward now. Joe O'Connor has it to Joey Nagel. Joey Nagel coming off the sideline here, looking to go back. Goes back to Tansley. Tansley has the ball. Beautiful sunshine here at the Fitzgerald Stadium here in this Kerry Intermediate Football Petroleum Championship replay final here at the Fitzgerald Stadium. Has it there. The ball caught with it. He thought he had cut it off. The ball forward now. As a Fikramangan walks the ball inside there, and the ball touched on the ground there. Touched on the ground, free out for Lone Rangers. And Daniel Kirby down. He's down into there. I think they were calling I think there's a sub coming in there for number
Yeah,
21, I think, coming in there for Austin Stacks, Sean.
Yeah, substitution on the Aston Stacks team, and that was a great interception there. But it was actually it was Darren Kirby that went down with that ball, and he took a heavy hit maybe there at the head, but he's back up again. And it's number 27, it's the guy Cian Purcell. He was, we know himself, he's always great. He's always good for a goal or two in any game that he plays. And it's it looks as if it's Darren Kirby, number 12, that's gone off the Aston Stacks team. Seems to be heading for the
Shane
side.
Callan, I think.
It's actually
Shane Callan has gone off well. He scored 3 goals against Glenbeigh Glencar in that and in the actual group stage game of that game back there in Glenbeigh a while back. Indeed, I think the gathering evening of Puck Fair, they had problems coming through Glenbeigh, but they're coming through Killala. They had no problems getting through the Glenbeigh Glencar defence, especially Cian Purcell. And that evening, he's on the field to play. Sun has gone behind the clouds again. 8 points to 3. 10.5 minutes played in the second half. Lone Rangers probably will need a goal. The ball back to Oisin Daly. Daly springs the ball out towards David Mangan. A man who played cornerback when he won the All-Ireland with Kerry. Scored a goal in Croke Park on that famous day. The ball being brought back here now. Mangan giving the ball. Tries to throw it himself. Does well to go down there. Ball going down. In fact, he's brought it out over the line. Yeah. He's brought it out over the line there, Sean.
Yeah, he did. David Mangan, he had a lot of work to do there because he probably thought maybe there was a Lone Rangers forward up ahead of him, but he actually played the ball over the Aston Stacks defender, but it went out over the sideline. It's a line ball there now to Aston Stacks. It gives them time now to build again with just over 11 minutes played here now in this second half, and Aston Stacks, they're still in that commanding lead. They lead by those 5 points, 8 points to 3.
Paul O'Sullivan took the pass back from Joe O'Connor, takes it back to Dylan Casey. Casey comes inside, does well there. Still the ball going forward there now. Good work there from Paul O'Sullivan. Gives it to Fikra Mangan, approaching the 50-yard line, the Lone Rangers 50-yard line. Here's to cross now for Austin Stacks again. Horton, good ball inside. Gets the ball inside here. Chance, good work from Lone Rangers. Lane has it. Lane comes inside, steps again, kicks it inside, and sends it over the bar. Neat footwork really there from Paddy Lane, but that was a good move there, starting by Greg Horton getting the ball inside.
Super move there, Greg Horton, very dominant here in this game, and a lovely ball in there to Paddy Lane inside. He has been a bit quiet here because he's been marked tightly there by Sean Cleary, but he got around Cleary and Oisin Daly in the full back line, and Colin Mariarty, he got around him, nicely jinked around, and an excellent score there for Paddy Lane, and make that his second point of the game, the first one play, and they move into 9 points, 3 lead, and there's 42 minutes played here now in this intermediate replay.
And David Mangan has the ball coming out outside his own 50-yard line. Gives it back to Shane Clifford. Shane Clifford takes the bounce there on the ball. Still Shane Clifford with the ball. Shane Clifford there, being close there, works inside here, being funnel there, and 2-3 men there on Daly there. He's fouled. Oisin Daly there is fouled. That'll be a free for Lone Rangers. Quickly taken. They'll try and move the ball. They probably need a goal. They probably will need a goal if they have to come into this game here. Being challenged there. There was Patrick Daly there. He was pulled back. The referee, low play, go on, gives it back now. Being picked up here now by John Burke. John Burke has the ball. John Burke way out from goal though, gives it back to Garrod has it. Garrod has to give in over the top, and that'll fall inside, and Austin Stacks will cut that one out there. Austin Stacks played very well in defence this afternoon. Turns inside, goes forward, loses the ball in the challenge with the referee. So there was a challenge there into the frontal into the Austin Stacks there, Sean.
Yes, it was Dylan Casey again. He's been in the walls a couple of times today, and it was a rather high challenge. I think it was number 10, Stephen Seeley, for Lone Rangers just coming across here. Was it? No, yeah, Stephen Seeley, yeah, it's a rather high tackle, but Dylan Casey, he had lost control of the ball, but it's a free out, and the clock is ticking, 43 minutes gone this game, 17 minutes plus with injury time to play with Austin Stacks. They're in a commanding position, they're lead by 9 points to 3, they lead by those 6 points here, and look, Lone Rangers, they have brought on young John Buck there, try to get him into the game, get a few scores in the game, but Austin Stacks, that last score there by Paddy Lane, probably one of the scores of the game, but it was a great move. They sprayed the ball across to the terrace side and back across into Grey Corner. He slipped the ball into Paddy Lane, and he went around those 3 Lone Ranger defenders and slotted over the bar with his left leg.
The one thing, Shawnee, Lone Rangers and Sean pointed out at half time, they haven't been able to get their danger men in the edge of the square and get that ball into them. They haven't been winning that vital possession.
Yeah, that's it. And as I said, Owen Sullivan in the middle of the field, he went off injured as well. They were down a few before the game, but Owen Sullivan, big strong player as well. And they're letting pushing it back there. Maybe rather fortunate now to get that one, he was going down the ball, but look, he has got the free, and it's Heinrich now standing over it.
And Heinrich has the ball now, he'll go back to Tansley. They're certainly using the goalie well with the new rules, Sean. There'll be a lot of changes in that, but Tansley has the ball, loses there to Garrett Cleary, picking up the referee, said he was fouled, and gives it out to Heinrich again. not well received by the Lone Rangers. Faithful down in front of CRC. Pierce Brindle, Shane O'Sullivan down here. Lone Rangers, of course, they won both All-Ireland clubs, indeed, county championships with Lone Rangers. The ball taken forward here. Michael O'Donnell has the ball. Michael O'Donnell gives back to Fiacre Mangan. Mangan gives it into centre to Dylan Casey. Casey has been outstanding so far this afternoon. Good work from the Lone Rangers in there. Challenge going in there. Lone Rangers. Ball inside. Well taken there. Callum Moriarty winning the ball back for Lone Rangers. They need a goal. I think they will need a goal if they're coming into it. The ball being picked up here right in the centre there now by Shane Daly. Shane Daly. Callum Moriarty has it. Works it across now to Sean Cleary. Sean Cleary walks it back to Owen Clifford. Owen Clifford has it now, coming out with the ball. Good work from Owen Clifford. Still Owen Clifford with the ball. Transfers the ball forward now. They'll need to transfer this ball forward. Picked up now by Owen Hassett. Owen Hassett has the ball. Owen Hassett gives it across now. Lone Rangers trying to build now, trying to get it onto the board here. Trying to walk it across here. Into the centre again for Lone Rangers. Give it back to David Mangan. David Mangan, good pass from David Mangan inside. The referee said, Patrick O'Sullivan. There was a push in the back there, and that'll be a free in for Lone Rangers.
Yeah, it's a free in, and it looks as if there's Colin Moriarty, wearing number 7 there for Lone Rangers. He's moved up there into the attacking position there with David Mangan play the ball in, and there's another Austin Sachs player down there. It looks as if Jack O'Shea is down injured there around the middle of the field as well, but there's a bit of argy-bargies again, and look, it's actually a free in anyway for Lone Rangers, so there's a bit of a dispute
and
here.
And the referee is coming out here. He's following out there. He's telling the Austin Saxman to move away there. He's telling him to move away there. The Austin Saxman is down injured there, and they're looking there. Joey Nagel, a little bit of argy-bargy. John Burke has the ball in his hand there. They will take the free there, and I think it's Jack O'Shea. Jack O'Shea, I think, that's down injured on the field to play there. Well, what happened, we don't really know, because the referee has any linesman there. We didn't see the linesman. I think looking across here, Eddie Walsh is probably one of the linesmen I haven't seen. The other guy on the other side of the field, but the free will come in for chance for Lone Rangers here. Then on up the gap, and Patrick O'Sullivan is coming out. Is he looking for a player? Well, I'd say, judging by what he said, he doesn't seem to see that very little happened there at the moment there. So the ball will be taken, the free will be taken by Patrick Daly. He has the ball in his hands. A chance for Lone Rangers, and now this came back. 9 points to 4. If he pops this one over, Patrick Daly goes to the kick. Daly sends it inside, and it's sent it over the bar. A point for Lone Rangers from the free, and it makes it now 9 points to 5 points between the sides. We have played just over nearly 17 minutes played in this game, Sean. And really, would you assume the assertion would be that Rangers will need a goal to win this or get back in the game?
Yeah, probably will need a goal to get back in the game, but Austin Sachs, they're playing rather dangerous shot kicks out there, because Lone Rangers are starting to get players and push them up, but it's a great corner now here again, but that was the second point of the game there for Patrick Daly from their free, and Austin Sachs, maybe Lone Rangers leaving their defence open.
Yeah, back to Joe O'Connor from inside. Joe O'Connor on the run. Remember, he had one of those runs in the county final in the first game when he probably could have put it out by for Lone Rangers, pulled inside there. The referee said, and what's he going to do? Ball has come loose there. Going down to try to pick it up there is Joe O'Connor. Challenge inside, and really, probably he played for that one well, Sean, because I think once he felt the touch came on the shoulder there, he was going down, but this will be a free in. A free in for Austin Stacks here, and really a chance, I presume, for Donegal McKibben there to take it. Chance here. Austin Stacks making a change there, Sean.
Yeah, Austin Stacks making a change. Paul O'Sullivan is going off the team, and it's number 18 to Ronan Shannon that's coming on, a fine good player. Austin Sachs bring on there for the last. We're shoving into 48 minutes gone here. There'll be plus bit injury time, but it's an opportunity again here for a free to Donegal McKibben. Very, very accurate there in the first half. Kicked the Dixon score from a free, and it's another chance now to another score on the board. Austin Sachs, they lead 9 points to 4. That's 48 minutes gone, so this is another big kick now for Donegal McKibben.
Big kick for Donegal McKibben. Remember, Ronan Shannon coming on. Former Kerry cornerback, of course, a man who's plagued with injuries as well. Probably curtailed his inter-county career. Free coming up from Donegal McKibben. McKibben kicks it in and curls it in and sends it over the bar, and they go further in front. It's 10 points to 4 here with 18 and a half minutes played in the second half, Sean.
Yes, they're moving to a 6-point lead, and as we say, the clock is starting to tick down now to the final 12 minutes, and a good score there by Donegal McKibben. Very, very accurate there from place balls with the left leg, but as we said, Lone Rangers, they will probably need that goal, and that's dispossessed here now. It's a rather wasteful the shot kick outs, as I say. The ball has gone a bit slippery. It's Greg Horn now again.
Greg Horn gives it inside now, being picked up here by Paddy Lane. Transfers the ball across here, gives it across to Austin Stacks. The kick coming in. Henrik, that goes out, and it's gone in. And it's gone over the bar. The wing back coming up there the man that's involved with Kerry there, comes up and sends it over the bar, Sean.
It's another score. It's Armin Heinrich there, he plays the wing back there role, and he plays it very well, and there's a bit of argy-bargy here in front of us again. The crowd are getting involved in the game now, and Austin Stacks, they're moving to 11 points to 4 lead there now. We're shoving into the 50th minute here now of this game, and all that came for a shot kick out again. As I said, that's what I noticed, that both teams there are going for the shot kick out, and especially the Suffers gone a bit slippery there since the shower rain he made in the first half.
Ball coming out here, ball going in here, right out in front of Austin Saxman, gathered the ball there, and there was a push there on Dylan Casey, but the referee clearly takes the sideline ball quickly to David Mangan. Mangan giving inside, they need to get a goal, has to give it inside here, walks it inside here, good work there by the Austin Stacks defence, and the ball has gone out wide, and really the Austin Stacks faithful here, pulling the terrace here with Austin Stacks in the moment here. That is where they've gathered their voice. You probably can hear them here. They're loud in their appreciation of the work they've done here. Lone Rangers don't seem to have the answers at the moment, Sean.
Exactly, Austin Stacks there, I think just Fikra Mangan there, he's playing wing forward, and they're getting the numbers back, and Colin Griffin there, number 2, they made that interception, and they forced Lone Rangers, even though Lone Rangers had the extra player on the overlap, the half a chance was there, but Austin Stacks, they seem to get those numbers back, and maybe they're getting a bit of rub of the green there, that the ball is dropping, and it's Joe Connor, he's overcarried the ball into the field, and Lone Rangers, they move it quickly to Owen Clifford.
Owen Clifford has the ball now, Lone Rangers need a goal, the ball being walked across here, Hassett has it now, Hassett has the ball, trying to come inside, he's on the close just inside the 50 yards, a bad pass, and that's cut off there, and Lone Rangers really contributing himself there. Austin Stacks now coming forward again here, Nagel is there, good ball across here, can he gather this one inside, good work there inside, it's good work there by Cleary there, trying inside by Sean Cleary there, tries to get there, challenge going in, and a free in there, well, I thought that was harsh enough, Cleary was in there as well, Sean, and thought it was maybe a little bit harsh looking at the replay here. Down in front of us here, well,
judging on that. In fairness, there's been a great contest between Paddy Lane and Sean Cleary there throughout this game, and Paddy Lane, he's only scored 1 point from play, and Sean Cleary, a real tough defender, but look, Austin Stacks, they seem to have got the rub of the green for that one, and it's Donald McKibben again, scored a point here from the same position there about 2 or 3 minutes ago, and so this is another opportunity to put another score on the board.
Chance for Donald McKibben again to get his 3rd point from a free this afternoon. McKibben drives it in and sends it over the bar. I make that 3 points from frees from Donald McKibben. It makes Austin Stacks 12 points, Lone Rangers 4 points, Sean.
They stretched the lead now. This is the furthest Austin Stacks to be in the lead. The lead by those 8 points, and we've coming up to 52 minutes of play, and Donald McKibben, his 3rd point there from a free. He's very accurate, and Lone Rangers, they can't afford to be giving away frees like that.
Ball batted down there, Austin Stacks out there, challenging, good work from Lone Rangers though. Lone Rangers trying to pick it up, and he touched the ball on the ground, and really everything that can go wrong is going on for Lone Rangers. They're not getting probably the rub of the green really, and anything that has happened seems to be going against him, Sean.
Oh, definitely, as I say, and with injuries and everything, and he was a judge that maybe touched the ball on the ground, and look, it gives Austin Stacks the opportunity to build again from the back, and it's Heinrich here now, and they're starting to move, and it's Keane Purcell there. He's, as you said, he's a great man to get a goal, and he has the ball here now, going through the middle, and back to Dylan Casey, who's up again for the full back line.
Casey gets it up there, and Keane Purcell going inside, and good work by Jason Brown on the line, coming out there. Owen Clifford gathers the ball. Owen Clifford has the ball now. Owen Clifford, and there the hand pulled back, spotted by Potter, so we free out Dylan Casey, got the ball, Sean, there, as we see, and Keane Purcell was getting through.
And we say Keane Purcell getting through, but Jason Brown, he was alert to the decision, and Keane Purcell, he did get the touch on the ball, but Jason Brown, and it's Lone Rangers, they're on the attack here now again. It's a dispossessed there, and the ball, we thought he'd given the other way. It's a sideline ball, and Owen Hassett, he moves it back quick. He moves into Shane Clifford, his corner back.
Shane Clifford giving it across now. David Mangan has the ball. David Mangan giving it out now to John Burke. They will need a goal. They probably will need 2 goals to come back. The time is not on their side. 53 minutes played here at the Fitzgerald Stadium. This replay of the Kerry Petroleum Intermediate Cup Championship final ball. Getting down right and down now. Seeley, but as ball bounces away from there. And Austin Stacks really picking up the ball. Playing well really within themselves at the moment here. Give the ball over the top here now. Casey has been a menace really so far this afternoon. Probably the best player on the field that we've seen. The referee there and pulled back there, and he's going to have a rather late tackle.
I think it looks like Oisin Daly. There was a bit of a late tackle there, and I think he's going into the book to Dylan Casey again. Outstanding second half by Dylan Casey. He led from the back, and he went up and he popped that score over the bar. And is there another substitution on? It's number 10 is going off the Austin Stacks team. Fikra Mangan, just trying to see who came on here down the forward. It's number 26 for Austin Stacks. It's Darrow O'Brien just came in, another fine player, great forward. He came into the game there, but Dylan Casey, he's down receiving attention there in the middle of the field. He's had an outstanding game there for Austin Sachs, and I think that Ocean Daly, I think he went into the book, Prodigal Sullivan's notebook there, did he?
Well, he's certainly not taking his address for a Christmas card, even if we're moving into the season of goodwill. Well, there's no goodwill at the moment. It's 12 points to 4 in favour of the men from Austin Sachs. Long Rangers, I suppose, be fit of injury and everything, really. I suppose missing players. Well, you have to play with a team, I suppose, that's out in front of you. Austin Sachs have dealt with that this afternoon. Kieran Donny there in the picture, having a word with Billy Lee there, the manager as well. Austin Sachs, we're moving into the last 5.5 minutes of play here, plus injury time at the end of this Kerry Petroleum Intermediate Club Championship final. Remember, Kerry Petroleum sponsors of the championships in 2018 and really have been fantastic sponsors here. Greg Horton, the captain, has the ball in his hand here. Greg Horton, of course, Kerry Parents, Greg Horton has the ball, will take the resultant free here for Austin Stacks. He goes inside, gives the ball inside, going in over the top, but on the way out for there, walks it across here, tries to pick it up, kicks inside the number 26. Darrow O'Brien has sent it in, has sent it over the bar, and that's some introduction from the line there, Sean.
Super scorer. I just spoke about it there when he came on. I said he's always good for the score. Darrow O'Brien, great forward, and he got the half chance, came out and turned his man and straight and through. It's over the bar. Lone Rangers, they have a mountain to climb. It's Austin Stacks, 13 points. Lone Rangers, 4 points, and there's 55.5 minutes played, and there's with 5 minutes, maybe there will be a couple of minutes injury time. It's Lone Rangers on the attack again.
Lone Rangers kicking in long, but kicking in very wasteful, really, Sean. The ball has gone in there. Really haven't got going in the forwards either this afternoon. The balls that are going in really are not balls that their forwards can win, and I suppose we keep harping back to it. They haven't been able to get Dara Cleary, and they haven't been able to get Owen Hassett in that full forward line where you need players like that close to goal shot and the proper ball going into them.
Oh yes, exactly, Joe, but I suppose you must give credit there to Austin Sachs. They have a big presence there around that the middle third there of the field, and they're big strong players, and as we said, Dylan Casey, when he drives up there from that full back position, and they've put real pressure, but it's Dara Cleary now again, he's trying to get that opening there on the Austin Sachs defence.
Dara Cleary trying to come inside, being surrounded there. Still Dara Cleary, the ball being dispossessed to him there. Really 3 or 4 men around him there. Joey Nagel coming out with the ball. Joey Nagel has the ball. Joey Nagel fists the ball into the sin. Henrik Heinrich there picks it up for Austin Stacks there. Tries to bounce pass it there. He overplayed the ball there. Prodigal Sullivan there. Right on the spot says that the free for Lone Rangers. The free for Lone Rangers. We have 26.5 minutes played of this second half. It's 13 points to 4. 9 points between the sides. Lone Rangers will probably need 2 or 3 goals really to come back into this game. Owen Hassett, what's he going to do? Is he just going to pop it over the bar? Owen Hassett going inside, tips it in and sends it over the bar. A point coming in from Owen Hassett. They probably will need more than a point now to try and get back into this game, Sean.
Yes, another point there for Owen Hassett from a free. As you said, there's 57 minutes played in this game, so 3 minutes plus that couple of minutes of injury time, and Austin Sachs, they lead by 13 points to 5. I suppose the game is probably drifting away there from Lone Rangers, but I'll tell you, it's an outstanding performance there from Austin Sachs. Their defence was very good and solid there now today. Dylan Casey and Jack O'Shea, they're down the half there of that defence. They were very good, but some excellent scores up front by Austin Sachs as well, and they're on the attack now again.
Austin Sachs on the attack again, moving the ball again, moves into sin. And coming forward here now for Austin Stacks again, gives a long ball away inside. Ball going inside, gathered inside by the Lone Ranger defence. That's gathered inside there by Oisin Daly. Walking the ball out here now, giving it out now and trying to take the ball forward is Patrick Carey. Patrick Carey walking it forward. Challenge going in the Lone Ranger man there, but Austin Stacks winning the ball back, and that's but they've turned over the ball quite easily this afternoon. Stacks have the ball there, right in the centre now, walking it across here now to Darrow O'Brien, the point scorer there, the last point scorer for Stack. Ball from Darrow O'Brien, excellent footballist Darrow O'Brien, gives the ball inside here, walks it back inside. Joe Connor coming on the challenge here, walks it inside here, chance here, shot, and that is surely it. The ball is finished to the net there, by Lone Ranger, by Cian Purcell, the number 27, Sean. We've said he's good for a goal, and that's what he seems to be.
We spoke about him there when he came onto the pitch, and he said we said that he was always good for a goal, and there he did. He pops up. He got 3 goals, we said, against Glenbeck and Carlow in the group stages, but there he was at the end of that. But Joe Connor, he made an outstanding run down through the middle of the Lone Ranger defence. He took 2 or 3 hard challenges, but he slipped the ball to Cian Purcell, and when he sees the net opening up, there's only one place the ball finishes up, and that is in the back of the net. And Austin Stacks 113, Lone Rangers 5 points, and there's nearly 59 minutes gone in this match.
And Paddy Lane has gone off the Austin Stacks team there. Jason Brown there, the goalkeeper, ready for the kick out here. Really, it hasn't been a good day at the office for Lone Rangers. They just haven't been able to get it this afternoon. Willis Crowley, I think, watching the game up in Dublin there. He sent his good wishes there to Lone Rangers as well. Indeed, lot of good wishes for the Lone Rangers. Pity probably that they weren't at their full best today, because it would have been interesting had they everybody available. That's the way sometimes the cookie crumbs, and David Mangan takes from the kick out from Jason Brown. Giving across now. Oisin Daly, so we're into the last minute of play, plus injury time here. There's no doubt about the winner going to be here. Joey Nagel challenging there. David Mangan coming back. Mangan drives the ball forward there. Austin Stacks has done brilliantly there. Dylan Casey's in there again. Walks it back now. Give you back for Austin Stacks there, walking across. There is Ronan Shannon who came into the game. Ronan Shannon really have some excellent defenders. When you see players like Ronan Shannon, we haven't seen, of course, Barry Shannon down listed. What a great servant Barry Shannon has been for Austin Stacks really over the years there. And there'll be 3 minutes of additional time here at the Fitzgerald Stadium. There's no doubt about the winner. The ball being picked up by Cian Purcell again. Purcell on the move inside really, and he's a go-to player. Purcell still has it, works it across here, giving across here. The kick coming in and sent in, and sent over the bar. A point coming in, I think that is
Brendan O'Sullivan,
the man from Valentia, former player with Valentia there, has sent it over the bar, and what a great servant he's been to Austin Stacks since coming up here. Brendan O'Sullivan, the salesman over there in the vans in Castlemaine. If you want a car, he'll give you a good price, there's no doubt about it. But Brendan O'Sullivan has tapped it over the bar. 114 for Austin Stacks. 5 points for Lone Rangers, Sean.
That's it, an excellent score there. Brendan O'Sullivan just came into the game there for the last couple of minutes of this game, and he got the opportunity, and he saw the 2 posts, and he put it straight and through over the bar, and an excellent score. And Austin Stacks, they're moving to a commanding lead, 114. It's young John Buck now with this opportunity here. Excellent ball. Michael Tansey in the Austin Stacks goal. He saw that ball from way out, and excellent hands by him, and it's a free out. It's Jack O'Shea there. Another outstanding game by Jack O'Shea, and it's a free
defensively,
out.
Defensively, Sean, Lone Rangers, Austin Stacks have been superb.
Oh, very, very good. You, Dylan Casey there, and Joey Nagel there, especially in the first half. Very good there in the full back line. Jack O'Shea, that was outstanding. Paul Armin Heinrich made some strong runs up again, but that's what all they played very well as a unit. I know, look, we were talking about before, look, the Rangers were down some of their better forwards, and maybe Fecal Clifford a big loss, but look, Austin Stacks, they played well as a unit here now today, and look, that's why they're on the scoreboard, 114 to 5 points lead.
And ball being brought forward again. Austin Stacks moving the ball forward again there. That, of course, is Darrell O'Brien there. Presence inside there, slipped on the ground there. Lone Rangers man coming out to try and challenge him there. That, of course, is Ryan Diggin there, who's come on, a man who's played indeed will have great days with Lone Rangers, no doubt to come there. Ryan Diggin there, a man, of course, who played with the Kerry under 21s this year, or the under 20, and he lost the All Ireland final there. Jack O'Shea coming inside, tries to come inside David Manning. Still Jack O'Shea. Will he give the ball back out? He gives the ball back out again here. Austin Stacks holding on to it now, walking around. Donegal McKibben, he's had another excellent game for Austin Stacks there. A pull back there on the Austin Stacks one. This will be a free, quickly taken again. Giving it back now to Brendan O'Sullivan. Brendan O'Sullivan has the ball. Brendan taking, walks it inside here. Joe O'Connor being held back there, being held to prisoner there by the Lone Rangers man there. That'll be a free for Austin Stacks. We're into the last minute of injury time here. Michael O'Donnell has the ball. Michael O'Donnell move it across here. Transfers it backing into Jack O'Shea. Jack O'Shea, they're holding on to the ball, holding on to possession. 114 to 5 points. Jack O'Shea has the ball. Has played superbly at centre half back this afternoon. Walks it inside here now. Coming forward there. I think the 17, Colin Brown is it. Gives it in. Joe O'Connor again. Joe O'Connor walks it across, and nice walk there from Austin Stacks, holding onto the ball. And behind it, gives it forward now, gives it inside here. Michael O'Donnell has a go, but this ball will veer out and goes into the hands of Jason Brown, who gives it out to David Mangan. Prodigal O'Sullivan had a quick look at his watch there, and trying to move it forward now for Lone Rangers. Out to Owen Clifford, outside his own 50-yard line, taking the ball forward here. Owen Clifford transfers the ball here to Sean Cleary. Sean Cleary working for it out to John Burke. John Burke has the ball, tries to turn inside. Burke giving it forward again for Lone Rangers here. Lone Rangers from Hassett gives the ball inside here. Ball down inside to Derek Cleary. Derek Cleary has it. Joey Nagel is on him there. He releases the back. Gives it out to Owen Hassett. Owen Hassett back out now to John Burke. John Burke has it. We've gone over the 3 minutes that have been allocated. Sean Cleary lobs it in high, going in for a consolation score if he can, with Austin Stacks gathered inside. Prodigal O'Sullivan has brought it to an end, and Austin Stacks are the county intermediate champions. They move up to the senior grade, and really Lone Rangers on the day had no answer to them really, because they dominated really from the very start, Sean, in this game. And I see Liam Hassett there congratulating the Austin Stacksman right down on the line there, and Liam Hassett knows when your day is done, your day is done. But Austin Stacks really were the dominant side, and really they set it up defensively, Sean, from the start, as we keep mentioning. Tansley in goal, their full back line, and really Dylan Casey was outstanding. Greg Horn was outstanding in the forwards, with Jack O'Shea, Paul O'Sullivan, Armick Heinrich, Colin Griffin. Every one of the defenders, Sean, played absolutely superb. And when you look at, you can bring in players like Ronan Shannon as well into your defence. Those are the calibre Austin Stacks have. Their forwards took their chances. Greg Horton led them off with the first 2 points. They got into the game. Donnacha McKibben had his points, Paddy Lane. But really, Long Rangers, I suppose, were handicapped coming into the game when they just didn't have the players, I suppose, and you look, you play what's in front of you and there's no excuses. There will be no excuses from the Lone Rangers men. They will know that they were beaten by a better team on the day, but missing the calibre of players, starting the injuries and everything, didn't go well for Lone Rangers at the very start, and really Austin Stacks controlled the game, Sean, from start to finish.
Oh yes, Joe, we spoke about it several times there, especially during the first half, that Austin Stacks, from the word go, they had possession, they made the first attack of the game, and they got a few scores on the board there, and they really controlled that game, even though it was 6 points to 2 at half time. They led by those 4 points, but look, they controlled that game, and they had, we said, about 70% of the ball there in the first half, and there was an outstanding performance there in the first half. Excellent scores there by Greg Horn, kicked 2 outstanding scores there on the stand side of the field. And look, as we said, broke all through. Dylan Casey, excellent in the second half. Jack O'Shea, great game throughout. Look, they played well as a unit. Look, Lone Rangers on the other side, commiserations to them, but look, they were down. We spoke for the game, they were down. Fiacre Clifford was away, and they had injuries with the 2 Hassett boys. Garrod started, and Owen Hassett, he was injured as well. David Mangan, and they're all big game players, and you know, they're the guys that they wore the county jersey. And when you're missing players like that, Whittleton there in the middle of the field, and Owen Sullivan then went off injured as well, just a compound matters early on that first half. So look, Austin Stacks, hats off to Austin Stacks. They win the intermediate championship, and I suppose that was their goal at the start of the year, was to win this competition, because they want to get up playing senior county championship football again, and that's where they are for 2025.
Well, that's where they are, as Sean says, for 2025. We will have Sean and John O'Dowd down on the field with the man of the match very shortly there. But as the Austin Stacks faithful, we look through the highlights again there, and looking at it on screen there, Lone Rangers, they are picking up. Daly came inside, but really, as Sean said, they had no answer. Daly took his point. That was an answer to Austin Stacks' score, but really they could get very little out of it. They weren't able to. Greg Horton really ran the thing from centre forward inside Paddy Lane, and those, they were really outstanding. And you can see the knackiness of the players that they have there. Lone Rangers gathering down there, no doubt. This is a very young Lone Rangers squad, and they will build, and no doubt about it. They will come back again much stronger for the experience of playing in an intermediate final. Liam Hassett there and his management team, they will come back, and I suppose they will look, Sean, to build for. I suppose their aim is a town like Killorglin and Lone Rangers, a club steeped in the history of Kerry football and nationally as well, that they will look to come back. Indeed, I think John O'Dowd now is coming across, indeed, very shortly we'll be able to go down to the man of the match there. Greg Horton is down with John O'Dowd there, so we'll hand it over to John O'Dowd, who's down there with Greg Horton, our man of the match, the clubber man of the match.
We're down here pitch side with our winning captain, that's Greg Horn. Greg, fantastic day for Austin Stacks.
Yeah, great day. To be honest, it's more of a relief, kind of. That might sound bad, but it's a big relief for us. We had a lot of pressure on our shoulders last time. You know, a lot of knocks, injuries. The 8 weeks did us very well. But it's a relief, and it's good for our, the club and the supporters and everything. Like, they'll be delighted, they'll be partying harder than us later on. But it's nice to just get back to what we say is where we belong. Look, and that might sound arrogant in a way, but that's the way we feel. We feel we're a senior team. We had our, we kind of went through a bit of transition. We had a lot of injuries along the way, and we got, we just didn't get the look of the green, the rubber of the green, or whatever it is.
Was today an opportunity, Greg, for both teams to set the record straight? Because the first encounter 9 weeks ago, it didn't really catch fire.
No, it didn't, and we got a lot of stick for our forwards, and we're not scoring enough, but our defence didn't really get the credit in for it. They kept the highest scoring team. I think they were in the championship. I don't even know what the score finished up today, but even the first day they scored 8. I know they got 2 goals. They had 8 scores.
Only 5 scores today for Lone Rangers.
So our defence is solid. Our forwards don't do the business sometimes, and we get a lot of stick for them up there myself. But we pride ourselves in our defence and our hard work as well.
Tell us, you had an injury, Greg, which a lot of people probably didn't know about coming into the drawing game. You had that couple of months to get yourself back, get yourself fully fit. you seemed to take the game by the scruff of the neck. You got the first 2 points of the game.
Yeah, the first game I wasn't myself. I dislocated my finger, broke the skin. I was actually in Cork Hospital the Monday before the Sunday last time, and I was very, very disappointed in myself in the way I played, and I wasn't really there mentally in the game at all. I was kind of just there, even just running around. And thankfully for me, there was another 8 weeks there to come back and play the replay today, and I was able to grind out my differences and how bad I felt I was in the first day, and kind of write it today the right way.
The first half today, 6 points to 2 up at half time. You had 7 wides. You were definitely the better team, but probably not overly satisfied at half time.
Definitely not. That's what we talked about. We had to be more clinical in the second half. Lone Rangers had 2 goal chances in the first half as well. 2 great tackles by the boys there, Jacko and Feekin, I think it was, or Joe. So they had their chances too. We were in control, but I felt we were kind of in control in the first game too. But then they got 2 goals and they're there, and then next thing it's tit for tat. So it's something we definitely talked about at half time, of being more clinical up front, and we had our chances and we need to start taking them.
Subs played a big part for you in the first match. I think you got 5 points off the bench from 4 different players. You look at it again today, even in that closing quarter, Darragh O'Brien came on, got a point. Brendan O'Sullivan, a most welcome score, I'd say, by the entire squad, got a point. And young Cian Purcell got a goal. Unlucky not to start today.
Very unlucky. And you talked about those 3 boys there. There's another 5 boys sitting on the bench, and they're all pushing for places on our team to start. Them boys coming on, they give us a massive boost. Our bench and our training panel, they're the reason we're at the level that we were at today. It's the 15 grand, but it's the guys that are it's the other 15 and the other 8 guys after that push and are pushing and pushing. A lot of those guys could have started today that came on, and that's just the way. Certain games for certain players as well.
How big a blow was the penalty shootout defeat to Fussa last year, Greg? Because you were the favourites to win the Intermediate Championship last year. You were the favourites to win the Intermediate Championship this year. That was a sickener. Yeah,
it was a sickener. We took it as a learning. We didn't take the intermediate. We didn't realise how competitive it was going to be, and that's just the truth. And I think a lot of teams that come down from senior into their first year, they find it hard to go straight back up, because you think you're a senior player or a senior club, and next thing you're down there and it's intermediate. Sure, you might take a bit for granted, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah, there's our man of the match today. That's Greg Horn, the Austin Stacks captain. He's got a trophy to lift. We'll let Greg get on with that now. We'll get back to the lads in the studio, or else we'll take a commercial break.
Teacher, welcome back up here to the commentary position here at the Fitzgerald Stadium there. Indeed, well done there to Greg Horn there, the captain of Austin Stacks, and also the man of the match as well there. And John O'Dowd there was probably holding him up there from the County Board Chairman, Patrick O'Sullivan, presenting the trophy on the far side of the field there. So for our wrap up here this afternoon, from myself and Sean Barton, John C. O'Shea, and from Ozzy down on the picture sideline, and from Sean O'Sullivan. And final score again, the County Intermediate Champions are Austin Stacks, and the scoreline of Austin Stacks 1 goal and 15 points, 1 goal and 14 points. The Lone Rangers 5 points. This is Gerald O'Connor bidding you adieu from the Fitzgerald Stadium.
mic has probably moved, but I'm at the moment I'll just go down below the camera.